Hello and welcome back to That's Football. This is the watch-along for Senegal versus Colombia. It's crunch time in Group H. I can't wait for this game. I've actually got no idea what's going to happen. Senegal have looked decent, as have Colombia. Obviously, we've got Mark coming on in just a second to cover the Japan versus Poland game, which will be influential in terms of what happens and who goes through in this group. Essentially, if Japan avoid defeat, so if they draw or win, Colombia need to win to go through. Although if Japan lose against Poland, Colombia can just draw. So, I'm not sure that Colombia will want to risk that. I'm pretty sure they'll want to guarantee safety and win. If they do win, of course, they do definitely go through, and Senegal will be going out along with along with Poland, and then Japan go through. So I hope everyone is well. We will be getting Mark on in a little while. I'm aware that there's 2 games on at once, so Mark can't actually do these streams, but he'll be dipping in and out covering the other game for us, a bit like we did yesterday. But I've actually got my TV working now, so I can actually properly watch the game without it freezing every 20 seconds. I hope everyone is well. Matthew McFadden says, hello everybody. Hello mate, how you doing? The team news came out a little while ago. Let's just check if Mark's not quite ready yet. But yes, the team news came out, of course. And I'll read it out to you. I think this Colombia side, I'm really hoping Colombia are going to go through it. When we get Mark on, you'll see what he thinks. I'm pretty sure he's siding with me in terms of wanting Colombia to go through. But in terms of their team, David Ospina in goal, Mojica at left back, Sanchez, obviously Davinson Sanchez, the Spurs centre-back. Yerry Mina, the Barcelona centre-back. And Arias as right-back. Uribe and Carlos Sanchez make up the midfield too. James Rodriguez, Quintero and Cuadrado are all in behind Falcao. I tell you what, that team is a bloody good one. And if that team doesn't make it out of this group, I'll be shocked. I know they lost against Japan, but for me, if they didn't get that sending off in the first 4 or 5 minutes, they would have made it. They would have beaten Japan, I think. In terms of Senegal, India in goal, Gassama, Sane, Koulibaly, Salabali, Sarr, to watch out, number 18 on the right-hand side, Kouyaté, Idrissa Gueye and Balde, and then up top Sadio Mane and Niang. So in terms of danger men, I know Anvesh always asks me about danger men. I think Quintero, I think the front four for Colombia are really good. All of them equally as good as each other. Quintero's off at River Plate at the moment on loan. He's a fantastic player. James Rodriguez, we all know what he can do. And then Cuadrado, a fantastic player as well. And up front, Radamel Falcao. But danger men in terms of Senegal, Sarr and Mane, I think. That's Sarr. I watched the last Senegal game against Poland, I think it was. That's Sarr on the right-hand side, that number 18, and obviously Mane up front, are the 2 danger men for Senegal. So Anvesh, you've got your danger men there, pal. But get in the comments, lads. What do you think is going to happen today? Who is your money on? What's going on? Obviously, if you're an England fan or a Belgium fan, then this group is going to decide and dictate who you play in the next round. So, yeah, guys, get in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this group. Personally, I'm hoping Colombia and... I'd like Colombia and Senegal to go through. Yeah, guys, get in the comments. Hello, Mark, can you hear me?
I can, yeah. How you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm well, mate. Actually, hang on. Let me just change something because I can't hear at the moment. Okay, now you should be all right. Yes, I'm well, mate. We've got about 10 minutes until kick-off now. I'm sure you've seen the team news. A fantastic front four for Colombia. James Rodriguez, Quintero, Cuadrado and Falcao. What do you see, without giving your prediction away, what do you see happening today in both these games?
Well, obviously, I think it's very much swayed towards what's best for England. I tweeted out before that, it's best if Colombia go out for England. But I love Colombia and I want them to do well. I don't know. I think the World Cup's been, especially that one yesterday, so unpredictable. Senegal could be the only African team that goes through. Colombia pretty much need to win to go through, which could knock Senegal out. Can Poland do anything against Japan? It's really tough to predict, and I think ultimately I do want Colombia to go through, though, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, I said that before you came on. I said, I guarantee you Mark will want Colombia to go through because I saw your tweet. I do really like this Colombian side, and I think if they didn't get that sending off against Japan, they would have beaten Japan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think going forward in the tournament, I think they can do quite well. Although obviously they'd come up against England, which wouldn't be the best for English people. But there you go. And Japan, Poland, what do you reckon, mate?
Japan, Poland, it depends whether Poland bother to turn up or not. I mean, Japan have been impressive, but I don't think they've been, like you said, I think Colombia with 10 men probably would have got at least a draw out of that. Senegal went ahead of them twice. They got a draw out of that. So Japan are quite fortuitous to have that 3 points that they got from Colombia. But will Poland, if Poland just roll over and Japan win, Japan probably top the group. So it's really interesting from an England point of view. Obviously, I'm doing the England game a little bit later on, and it's really interesting from an England point of view. We're going to be live from 6:30, half an hour before kickoff, because it's raging in this country at the moment. I've been watching it on Sky and everything like that, and so many people are just being arrogant in the press and saying, "Oh, England have just got to beat what's in front of them." I think it's totally idiotic. I think England have got to be clever and play the game that's easy for them. If drawing with Belgium and getting a few yellow cards means they come second and get an easier opposition, then that's what they should do.
Yeah, I definitely do that, because then, you not only play, then you've got a chance of playing either Sweden or Switzerland in the quarterfinals, and then, then you get to the semi-finals and anything can happen. So I'd agree with you, but like you say, I do think Gareth Southgate's a bit too moral to do that, and he will probably go into that game thinking, let's just get the 3 points. But
the problem with that as well, though, is if England top the group and Colombia do come second, which is highly likely, then they're going to, by topping the group and being moral, you play Colombia. Whereas if you are clever, you could play Japan or Senegal and come second. So it'll be criticised one way or another, but I personally, let's just see what happens in this game.
Yes, I think it will be, whatever happens, I think it'll be a cracker of a game, both games actually, and I'm excited to see what happens. This is what it's all about. It's boring having this third game a bit dull, and we know who's going through, but in this group, we've got no idea. 3 teams could go through, so I'm very excited to see how this afternoon pans out. Douglas says, Poland to beat Japan and Senegal and Colombia to draw, Colombia and Senegal to go through. That's actually my sort of dream scenario, because I do actually want Colombia and Senegal to both go through. I like Colombia. I just want to see them go through it. Like you say, Mark, I like James Rodriguez and Falcao and players like that. And then I like to have an African team in the tournament. As I always say, they just bring something to the tournament, don't they? The culture, the fans, the players, they all love it and they enjoy it so much. They play with a smile on their face, which I'd like to see progress. So yeah, that's my dream scenario.
I think you're right. I think it's definitely the best group, definitely the best group stage, because both games are really important and it's so tight. Obviously, Poland not in the equation, but whoever goes through, it will be a good story, because Japan, Asia, Africa, as you said, with Senegal, and Colombia are, the South American teams haven't done that well, and Colombia are a team that I think if they were terrible against Japan, they were really good against Poland. What are they going to be like today?
Yes. Aaron says Asian teams bring culture too. Of course, they all bring culture. It's just, I love looking at the Senegalese fans in the stand and just seeing them all in their I don't know whether to be, I don't know how to say it without being disrespectful. Is costumes the right word, or sort of local outfits in their colours, if that makes sense? I just love seeing the smiles and the colours they bring to the tournament. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Daniel says, hello, Sander. We're here again. Guys, get in the comments. As always, these streams are all about you guys. So I want to know your predictions. Mark can't give it yet because he's got to wait till the kickoff starts because of Super Brew. But get involved. What do you guys think? If I had to predict this Senegal-Colombia game, I always go 3-1. I'm going to go 2-1 Colombia. As Darren Sweetman says, 2-1 Colombia. That's my opinion. I think I've watched Senegal play a few times this tournament. I think I've seen them at both games, actually. They're okay, but I think Colombia is the toughest opponent they've faced so far. And I do think Colombia will have a little bit too much for Senegal to handle. Archie says 2-0 Colombia, 3-0 Colombia from Ishan. If you think Mane hasn't played well just because he hasn't scored many goals, then you don't know much about modern football. That's from K YouTube. To be honest, I would have expected more from Mane. I don't know if I presume you have watched the games, Mark. If you have seen Senegal play, what do you think of Mane's performance so far in the World Cup?
It's interesting because I was thinking about this morning. I think we're all getting a little bit of World Cup fatigue at the moment, and that's not necessarily a bad thing that there's going to be a day off tomorrow, because it will get everybody back buzzing for it. Because I had it with Mexico yesterday. I was really excited by Mexico's first 2 games. Then yesterday, they really annoyed me. And I think Senegal were a team before the tournament. I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to do really well. I watched them against Japan, and they really annoyed me. So it's like, I do think that the first couple of games, everyone's like really excited. Oh, yeah, and they see the good in things. And by game 3, you're starting to see the bad in things. And whoever gets through is going to deserve it, hopefully. But Senegal have got some really good players. Idrissa Gueye is at Everton, Koulibaly. Obviously, Mane's been mentioned. They've got a lot of good players. I think defensively they're a little bit suspect. It'd be interesting to see if Colombia can get at them today. But look, it's David's annoyed because I say Senegal, but I get a lot of names wrong, so tough. Senegal. I'll try. This is why I'm not doing the Senegal game. I'm doing the Japan game. So, but no, I mean, it's hard to be a one-man team, isn't it? And Mane probably is their best player.
So, yeah, well, I think obviously I've watched Senegal. I think I've watched both games, and Mane, like you say, probably is on paper their best player. But saying that, he's not performed very, very well this tournament. He's done okay, and he's obviously been good on the counter-attack for Senegal. But for me, that Sarr on the right-hand side, number 18 for Senegal, has been fantastic. He brings so much pace and attacking dynamisty, if that makes sense, to that Senegalese team. So, yeah, I think Sadio Mane is on paper, like you say, the best player quality-wise, but Sarr has been fantastic for Senegal as well.
Yeah, he has. I've just realised I've got to do. I probably haven't even done my score predictions, so I'll let you interact with the live comments for a moment.
That's all right.
And you've definitely got. I mean, I'm a big fan of Colombia. I wish I was watching it, but fair enough. It's how the cookie crumbles. And Japan, if Japan win, it really makes the Senegal and Colombia game massive, because Colombia would have to win.
Yeah, like you say, if Japan, basically, to run it past you guys again, if Japan avoid defeat, so if they draw or win, Colombia have to win. But if Japan lose, Colombia can just draw to go through. So that's the sort of situation we've been put in. As always, I'm here with you guys from start to finish, and Mark will be dipping in and out, covering the Japan-Poland game. So, hello, There's a lot of beautiful women in the World Cup so far. The producers, they always seem to point their cameras towards them for some reason. But, yeah.
They're not stupid. Of course, the big game today is, and I'd love to know what people in the live comments think. I mean, the big game today, really, we're not hyping it up enough, is Panama-Tunisia. I mean, who's going to win it? Not tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm sure we'll all be watching that. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, this is probably the last group that means anything. The England-Belgium game is just going to be very political, I think. It's about, Martinez has already said he's putting his reserves out. So
yeah. Well,
this one's like really, Colombia go home, isn't it? So
like you say, this really matters. I mean, the other game obviously matters because you finish first or second, would dictate who you play in the next round. But these 2 games really matter because, as you say, it's your World Cup place on the line at this point. So I'd agree with you. And when I saw Martinez came out and said, or there was news that Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard, and Kevin De Bruyne are all potentially injured, I thought, maybe it was true, but I just thought I'm not sure whether I 100% believe that all those 3 players are out at the same time, but.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a political game, isn't it? It is a political game, and everyone is playing a political game, and I think I will be talking about that a little bit later on. But I'm also excited about England actually playing a team that, regardless of whether it's Belgium reserves or not, those Belgian reserves will want to put in a performance and try and give Martinez a bit of a selection dilemma, because Belgium, they've been good, but they may not have been absolutely superb. And also on top of that, it's the Belgium squad. When I was looking at it the other day, we might be able to have a look at it while we're live here. It is sensational. Yeah. They've got, their subs bench is just amazing, absolutely amazing. So it will be a strong team for England, and they do need that. So I don't blame Southgate for potentially taking it and playing some of the more experienced players, because he does need a big performance.
I think Rashford will start up front, won't he? Nothing. Sander, you're so right. Sarr's been the best player for Senegal. Would love him at United. I think going that far is a little bit extreme, mate. Well, I haven't seen him play for club, and it's just based of 2 games against, Poland and Japan. I've seen him play decently. But He has been good, hasn't he? He has been good. Belgium ain't that strong. They play Januzaj wing back tonight. Yeah, like Mark says, they will probably play a reserve side, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll play less good because, like Mark says, the reserve players will be wanting to put in a good performance to show Martinez that they are capable of getting the win for him and hopefully win themselves a place in the round of 16 starting 11. So yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight. It's definitely going to be political. But
we're off in the Japan game anyway, I think, and Japan nearly getting through 1-1 straight away there. Keeper came out well and stopped it for Poland.
Yes, I'm always a little bit behind you guys because I'm in Spain watching British TV, so make up your mind on how I'm doing that. But yes, I'm a little bit behind, so I do have a timer. So if you guys want to sync up with me and watch the game as I'm watching it, you can do that. I'll just pause your TV and sync up with my timer and just mute the commentary and listen to us. But we are about to kick off in this game as well. And we have done. There we go. We've kicked off. I was a bit slow on the timer, but we have kicked off. Did you have a good birthday? I think it was Christopher White's birthday the other day, so happy birthday to you. Been busy at work all week, only managed to catch bits of the streams. No worry, Ian. Just join in when you can. There is a day off tomorrow, and as Mark says, we all are getting a little bit World Cup fatigue, so that will serve us good, I think.
Yeah, I think you just need a little bit of a break before you go into the knockout stages. I mean, it's been brilliant having wall-to-wall football, and it is 2 weeks already. I can't believe this has been a really quick 2 weeks. We've had 2 weeks of pretty much 3 or 4 games a day, which is a football festival, as we've called it. And I think that a little day off tomorrow and then straight into the knockout stages. We'll be down to 8 by Tuesday night, so it's moving through now. I think the World Cup final was 2 weeks on Sunday. So
yeah, it's July the 15th, isn't it? I reckon that Senegal will beat Colombia today. Going to be a good game. Well, I think both these teams are evenly matched, to be honest. Well, now the game has kicked off. I don't know whether you've done your Super Brew or not, but can you give us your exact predictions for both games?
I went with draws in both 1-1 and 1-1, which would put Senegal Colombia out. So yeah, I've thought with my head and not with my heart, to be honest, and I think that there may be draws in both. I don't know what the situation is if well, I do actually. If it's a draw, if Japan lose and Colombia draw, Colombia go through because they've got better goal difference. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So how important is this game for both teams? Oh, very important. Poland are the only team that are out already, so they've got nothing really other than pride to play for. But the other 3 teams have got everything to play for. As I said, if Japan... Oh shit! Hang on, mate. Let me get my charger.
I'm flicking between both the games at the moment, and Colombia look like they're starting off on the attack. But that's not necessarily a good thing because Senegal are very quick on the break. So, but Colombia just passing it around at the back at the moment, and Senegal trying to sort of push them and press, which is a good idea.
That was a tight one there. Oh my god, freaked out! It came out that I was on 4%.
Oh, would have killed the stream.
Yeah. Oh god.
Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're doing a World Cup watch along for every single game. England tonight. England. We won't be doing Tunisia, Panama. I don't think there's much call for that. I don't think we'll even provide you updates. But this game this afternoon is if I was at work, which I'm not, I would have took the afternoon off because this is like a proper appetizer for the England game because we'll know at 7:00 what result plays what. In fact, England are in a very fortuitous position, Xander, because they will be able to map their final route if they go that far. Not many teams get to do that, and being the last team to play, they'll be able to map it out. They've got an option there, which is good.
Yeah, but talking about like the games later today and England potentially trying to lose that game or finish second. That makes sense, but
see, people keep saying. I had somebody on Twitter saying to me today, "Oh, you call yourself English and you want them to lose," and I went, "Idiots." Well, I didn't call him an idiot. My brain went idiot, and I'm never abusive on Twitter. And I said, "Sit down. England don't need to lose. They don't need to lose to finish second. They just need to draw, draw and get a couple of yellow cards. I don't want England to lose. Of course, I wouldn't I wouldn't say lose a game to finish second. That's pretty low. Although I wouldn't put it past teams like Italy and Germany to do it because they are serial winners. But we'll know at 7 o'clock. And I just think you'd forget the quarterfinal route. Avoid Colombia if they go through. I think England can beat Senegal and Japan on their day. England could lose those games, but England, Colombia, I just think England would struggle with a team like Colombia. I think England would really struggle. Struggle.
I don't think we've seen the full potential of Colombia so far this tournament. As I said, if they didn't get that red card in the first 5 minutes in the Japan game, I think they would have smashed them and they would be topping this group in my opinion. I think they've got absolutely brilliant side, Colombia, and as I said, I don't think we've seen the full potential. So, yeah, England-Colombia would be a tricky one. It would be an edge of your seat kind of game, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Anvesh has just asked for the lineups, and I presume he wants it for the Senegal-Colombia game.
Yes.
So, Ndia, Kazama, Sane, Koulibaly, Sabali, Sarr, Koyete, Keita, Mane, and Niang in the Senegal team. And for Colombia, you've got Ospina, Arias, Mina, Sanchez, Mojica, Sanchez, Uribe, Cuadrado, Quintero, Rodriguez, and Falcao. So very strong team for both of those.
Yeah, on paper, I think that Colombian side is far better than the Senegalese, if I'm honest. I think
the Japan-Poland game is quite end-to-end at the moment. Poland look a lot more expansive. I mean, they were so defensive against Colombia. And I think they look a lot more like they're playing a little bit for pride here in this game. They are going home, so...
I don't think Poland... I think Poland deserve to go home, to be honest with you, mate. They are such a boring watch. They don't have much pace in that side whatsoever. I mean, their main man is Lewandowski, but... You know, he isn't blessed with blistering pace, so they're a boring watch. And I think the way it's panned out with them going home is probably fair.
The embarrassing thing about Poland is they actually have got really good players. You know, you look at some of these countries that have done quite well. Your Mexicos, they're not blessed with loads of players playing in the top leagues, but Poland actually do. But you're right, they just don't have any pace, or they're quite like Manchester United under Mourinho, actually, just very pragmatic and slow at moving the ball.
Yeah, as Jay Hart says, Poland the same as Germany. They use the same tactics. It's just that they both lack pace. And as you say, they're both very Jose Mourinho pragmatic-esque. But you've had a day to reflect on Germany going out, mate. What are you thinking? Like, it's a madness, isn't it?
I want an underdog to win, as does you, and as do a lot of people who've been watching the live comments. We need Spain to go out. That's the one. I mean, Germany, I'm surprised they've gone out. They should have got through that group. But I wasn't scared of Germany. I was watching them and thinking they're actually not going to get any better. They're not going to grow into this tournament. They're not a team full of talent that's just, stuttering a bit. They actually are struggling with the players that they've got. So I'm surprised they've gone out, but I didn't think they were going to win it when I started to watch them. I mean, it's good. It's good that we've lost one of the favourites, and I just think if that's what you want to happen, I think we need to see Spain going out, and then it's wide open for me. I still think Spain have got the best 11, and their style of football is quite, teams always park the bus against Spain, so they're always going to be the favourites.
Well, in terms of Spain, Russia, I'll be honest, I don't think Russia have got a chance to get them against them. I know they are the home nation, Russia, and obviously that will play a part, but I just think Spain have too much quality for Russia to deal with, and they will break them down and get not the 3 points. They'll progress in the tournament, I think, in that game.
I mean, I might be totally wrong on this, but just as an early indicator, I don't think Japan are going to win this game. They may not lose it, but we could see a draw here. I don't think there's not a massive gulf in class at all, and Poland are looking as strong as Japan in this first 10 minutes.
Well, if Japan draw, Colombia still need to win. So a loss is the only thing that really would benefit Colombia, and then they could draw. But if Japan avoid defeat, so if they draw or win, then Colombia need to win. So I think so anyway. That's what I read.
Somebody was asking before, because I know a lot of you are probably watching the Colombia game. Keep your eye out for Quintero. He was at Porto. He's had a few loans, and he's a good little player. I think he's only about 25. He's sort of the B-Tech James Rodriguez, to be fair, but good player. And
can play a pass, can't he? Can play a pass, definitely. He's a fantastic number 10, as you say, almost a B-Tech James Rodriguez. But with Falcao making those runs in behind, you can definitely pick him out. But Senegal coming forward, a good ball in behind, but just a bit overcooked and Ospina collects. But in this game so far, Colombia have dominated possession-wise and just control-wise. They have been the better side so far. But nothing, no real chances created as of yet for Colombia. Nothing to really worry about for Senegal. But only 10 minutes or 9 minutes, 17 seconds in. So, still a lot of time for Senegal to get back into it.
It's normally the second half these games kick in anyway, because the realisation of needing particular results kick in.
If Germany had Lewandowski, they would still be in. Don't worry about that. Werner not good enough yet. I disagree with that, Robert, to be honest, because I don't think they were lacking a focal point striker. They have that in Timo Werner. Now, there's no doubt that Lewandowski is, quality-wise, a better player than Werner, but I don't think that's what they were lacking. I think they were lacking, and I said it before and I'll say it again, a pacey winger who can create chances and get a ball into the box from the flanks. Leroy Sané springs to mind immediately. So that is the sort of player I think they were lacking. But, fair play to you. Do you guys agree with that comment? Do you guys agree with that comment, or do you disagree with me?
I disagree with you, Xander, actually. I think it's a good point from Robert. Only because I was listening to the radio yesterday, funnily enough, at half-time when I was going to get the kids. And I think that's right. I think Werner, if he just went to the left, which you're right about, but they did miss that closer. They were creating chances, but they did miss that. And goals win prizes. And Germany did create chances. I think if they put a Lewandowski there or a Miroslav Klose of 10 years ago, they would have been fine. They just didn't have that. Timo Werner's not the right sort of striker for Germany. You need somebody who can hold the ball up, a typical number 9. Yeah. I still think they had their weaknesses, but I think they would have got out of the group if they had a Lewandowski in there. Because, but you're right as well. They did need some genuine pace, and why they didn't take Leroy Sané, I don't know. Be interesting if they sack him. But,
I think they will sack Lowe, to be honest. But Falcao's just been absolutely flattened there. He got barged in on the right-hand side by a Senegalese player, only to just clatter into another Senegalese player and go back the other way and just fall to the floor. But they have got a free kick here, Colombia, and no doubt James Rodriguez will be standing over it. Decent position, this, to be honest, on the right-hand side of the box. Not the goalkeeper's right-hand side, the sort of players, the Colombian right-hand side, if that makes sense. So it does suit James Rodriguez.
At the moment, it's still very much... Japan are on the attack at the moment.
Joachim Low has
if Japan top the group, then England definitely should be trying to play second, because you'd much rather play Japan. I think Japan... being English, I want to play Japan. If Japan go through, I want to play Japan, because England will beat Japan. And unless England play terrible, I think England would beat Japan. I think Senegal and certainly Colombia would give England a tough game. Senegal would give them a tough game as well. But 0-0 at the moment.
Yes, 0-0 in this game still as well. And it's a decent free kick, but the keeper had it covered. Pass it out for a Colombian corner, which is taken now. Oh, good punch there, but clattered into a few Colombian players there, the Senegalese goalkeeper. Sander, what is the future for Germany now? A massive rebuild in coaching. Look, there's no doubt that they've got the quality. It's not like they've been left with an absolute dire quality of players. I just think maybe a new coach, to be honest, and a new sort of lease of life in the upstairs area, if that makes sense. So, I don't think there's too much to worry about for Germany.
Why does Mark hate Japan, says David? You see, you can't have an opinion on anything, can you?
No.
What anti-Japan comment have I ever made through this World Cup, other than I think England had beat Japan? That's not hating on Japan, is it? It's just I think that Japan have played very well. I think England would suit beating Japan more than they would against Senegal or Colombia, because Colombia are a better footballing team than anyone in this group. Senegal are quicker than anyone in this group, and I think Japan are sort of probably a fusion of those two styles. So I think that I'd prefer Japan, but some people would prefer. Some people think England could beat Colombia, so which they can. I'm not saying they can't. It's just if you've got a choice.
It's like a red flag to a ball there, isn't it? Now Ribash is coming and saying Mark is anti-Japan again.
Yeah, I ignored them. I replied to one, then I ignored them. They were trying to do it about Milinkovic-Savic.
Oh yeah, what was all that about?
Sorry for all the wasted comments, because I just didn't reply to any of them.
What was all that about?
They were just saying that Milinkovic-Savic is crap because I've said that you can't judge somebody in a World Cup when he's had a world-class season. But they're gone now, Serbia. Brazil go on.
Yes. I think that's quite unlucky. Quickly, Senegal are coming forward there on the attack, edge of the box. It was a nice little bit of play there by Mane, but the pass wasn't met by a runner. But what was I about to say? I think it's quite harsh on Serbia because, as you say, if they got that penalty against Switzerland on Mitrovic, I think they would have gone on and won that game, to be honest. And then you would have seen a different story, wouldn't you?
What's the crowd situation like there? Is it more Colombians than Senegal? I think that's why I was sad to see Peru go home, really, because they had so many fans. It seems to be a lot of the South American clubs seem to be well supported for some reason. I don't know whether that's because of their finances are really good these days, or just because it's in Russia and it's not mad far away. I mean, it's still far away.
To be honest, I think it's just maybe they're a bit more passionate. I don't know whether that. I don't know. I just think the South American teams really get behind their teams, don't they?
Mm.
But from what I've seen at the moment, it looks a bit more Colombia. It is a lot yellow, is what I'm seeing at the moment. So,
it's amazing actually that we had that France-Peru game, and France isn't particularly far away from Russia, and Peru is, and it was like a home game for Peru. Like it was I think there's just 90% of the stadium was like that, and Spain had it against Morocco, I think, as well. So it's like
well,
some of the big teams just not interested.
No one wants to go and watch France.
We've got a penalty coming in, Xander.
Sorry? Oh, penalty?
Got a penalty coming in. I'm just looking at the live comments, and it's not to the team we want it to be. It's going to be to Colombia, to Senegal. Senegal have got a penalty.
Well, I'm not quite there yet about.
I've just flicked on, so I'll keep people updated with it because I think they may go. It's Mane. Tell you what, I think they'll give the penalty, but
yeah, I'm seeing it now. Oh,
I think it's a great tackle.
I think it's a penalty. I need to see the replay.
The ball direction changes. So.
I need to see the replay, but from the first look at that, I will probably.
What are we thinking in the live comments? Never a penalty, says Roman Bakoma. It looks reckless to me, but the ball just stops. So that means it's a great tackle. He gets the ball. But a lot of people are saying penalty. The tackle is sort of reckless. He might give the penalty to be fair, but it's one of those that it's 50-50 exactly, says Alex Rudd. And as I watch this back here...
that's not a penalty. I think he gets the ball.
He gets the ball. Yeah. It's a cracking tackle. I don't think he gets the player first. No. He gets the ball.
That's a brilliant tackle. That is an absolutely fantastic tackle. Yeah, that's not a penalty for me. He's going to go over to VAR. Hopefully he won't give it. I do not think that's a penalty, actually.
Yes. The Senegalese players, I mean, you've got to feel sorry for them, but what a tackle that was.
Yeah.
An absolutely brilliant tackle. And VAR works. VAR works.
Is he not giving it?
No.
Oh, right. Brilliant. Well, there you go. My referee is just running over to the monitor now. But, well, if he's not giving it, then brilliant, because that is an absolutely fantastic tackle to get the ball from there, reach round. Yeah, it's a brilliant tackle. That is a top level tackle. Because if he didn't make that tackle, Mane probably would have scored, right?
Well, you know what? That's the thing. That penalty could be a penalty that puts Colombia out. And without VAR, you don't get that justice. So VAR works. In that scenario, it works. We've seen it not work. But in that scenario, that is a game-changing decision. It doesn't bode well for Colombia that they nearly conceded a penalty, and maybe Senegal are going to be the better team in this game. But that was definitely not a penalty. It was a wonder tackle. He had to get that right.
Yeah. Because like I said, if he didn't make that tackle, then I think Mane probably would have gone on and scored. And if he got it wrong, it'd probably be a red card, right? Because he's going in through the back. He's stopping a goal scoring opportunity. So red card and penalty if he got that wrong.
Anyway, I'm going to pop off and get my kids, and I'll leave you to keep it with it, and I'll be back in the start of the second half for you.
No worries, mate. I'll speak to you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Still nil.
I think he said still 0-0 in Japan. We've got a bit of audio-video delay, but that's just the CPU playing up. But we're back now. Still 0-0 in Japan, Poland. So that's interesting. A penalty. The referee gave the penalty then for Senegal, but he went over to VAR and it was disallowed. Which we've seen VAR now, the good and bad sides of it. I think if that's against your team and you're Senegal and you're a Senegalese fan, you'd be so pissed off and you're saying VAR taken out of the controversy. But if you're supporting Colombia like me, you're going, yes, VAR is brilliant. So I think it's just, if you're a Senegalese player or fan, you're going to be happy with, you're going to be unhappy with VAR, and if not, then you're going to be happy with it, right? So it's just who you're supporting and if it goes in or against your favour. David, stop that. Senegal is bossing. Yeah, I think the first 10 minutes Colombia really dominated possession in the game, but in the last 5-10 minutes, as you say, Senegal have really come back into it. So yes, I'd agree with you. I'd agree with you. Ref looks at some blokes tackle on the screen. That's disgusting. Lynn Hall says, was not a penalty at all. Superb tackle, no question. Yes. As we speak, so if it stays 0-0 in both games, Japan are on 5 points, Senegal on 5 points, and Colombia on 4 points, meaning that Colombia and Poland will be crashing out of the World Cup, sending Senegal and Japan through. But as always, there's still a long, long way to go in this game, so anything can happen. And look, basically, lads, if you are just joining new, if Japan avoid defeat, free kick there, but overcooked and into Ospina's hands. But if Japan avoid defeat, so if they draw or win, Colombia have to win. If Japan lose, Colombia can draw and go through. But Mark said that Mark said that Japan didn't look like they were going to win the game. Of course, it was only 15 minutes into it, but anything can happen, lads. Anything can happen, as we saw yesterday. Senegal starting like team that needs a win. I hope Mark does not cry when Colombia go out. He loves them so much. Look, I think it's a sort of a win-win situation for him and me, to be fair, because I do have a small I lived there for 16 years, affiliation to England. So, yeah, if Colombia go through, brilliant. I'd like to see Colombia go through. But if they don't, then fine, it makes it an easier route for England, doesn't it? So, it's a sort of win-win situation, or a lose-lose, whichever way you look at it. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Cuadrado's been poor. He's not been great, has he? He's not been fantastic so far. It's difficult to talk to you guys and keep a detailed eye on the game, but I'm going to try and do it now. Where is Mark anyway? Mark's just gone off to pick up his kids from school, so he'll be back for the second half, so don't worry. If you're interested in hearing Mark, then just stick around here, wait about half an hour, and he'll be back then. So no reason to panic for you Mark fans out there. Sander wearing a cool shirt as usual. Thanks, mate. It's actually all my clothes are actually my dad's. So, what's your nationality? I'm actually Dutch, mate. I'm Dutch, but I lived in England, was born in England for 16 years, and I'm now living in Spain. So, there you go. But Colombia on the ball, knocking it about at the moment, lost it. Senegal now won it back. Where are you from, Sander? Just answered that. If Colombia win, are they top of the group? Top of the group, I don't know. I'll read that donation in a minute. Thanks for that, bud. But in terms of... Let me quickly check my phone. Let's just check the table. As we get the table up, Chris Tech Tip says, hi Sander, can I donate funds to you to get a new PC you can do with a new system, CPU, GPU, etc.? Basically, just share the video, lads, and get more people involved. The bigger the channel grows, the more it helps. So I don't see that, but yeah, there you go. Thanks, mate. Let's just get the World Cup table up. Okay, so in this game, if Colombia, so 4 points, 4 points, 3 points. If Colombia win, they go on 6 points, and Senegal will be on 4. It just matters what Japan does, because so basically, lads, if Japan win and Colombia win, Colombia go into second and Japan into first. But if Colombia win and Japan draw, Colombia go top. So basically, anything can happen. Colombia can top the group, but it is reliant on what Japan do. I think England has quite a good chance of reaching the semi-finals. After that, anything can happen. There you go. Look, if England finish second, they pull out, let's say Japan. If let's say they top the group, then they go through to the quarterfinals. Then they've got Sweden or Switzerland. You beat them, you're in the semi-finals, and anything can happen at that point, right? So it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. If England get to the semi-finals, it's an amazing achievement for them. But thanks for the donation, Chris Tech Tips. I really do appreciate it. That's £5. It's a big donation. You don't have to, but there you go. Son, is James Rodriguez not playing as expected according to you? No, he is playing. I expected him to play as well. It's just that first game that he was a little bit injured in the warm-up, I think it was. But he is playing. That's a dive for me. it came in on a foul on James Rodriguez, but he jumped up in the air. He would never go that far in the air if he didn't jump. That's a bit of a dive for me, to be honest. And then England, look, and then right, quarterfinals. Yeah, like I said, you beat Switzerland or Sweden. You're in the semi-finals, and anything can happen. But there's a free kick here for James Rodriguez. In my opinion, it was a dive, but there you go. Standing over it, can he put a ball into the box? I don't think you shoot from there. I think you put a ball into the box. Don't know if Simon gets a haircut. I actually am going to get my haircut today. I'm going to get that shaven again. Simon, are you supporting England or Spain? England, mate. I don't have an affiliation towards Spain. The ref is Colombian clearly. Ball into the box! Oh, he didn't score that! That should be 1-0. That should be 1-0 Colombia. It was a fantastic ball into the box there by James Rodriguez into Radamel Falcao. 6 yards out, he should score. He's good with his head as well. He should score that. He should score that. Poor defending by Senegal. Actually, I think that might have been offside, you know. I think it was offside. He's given it offside. But there you go. There you go. The lumberjack shirt beats the half-pink jogging top. There you go. I've got both styles. Quintero taking a free kick. It wasn't. It was James Rodriguez, mate. Portugal were robbed. They could have easily got easy road to the final, but VAR is rigged. I think they finished second on fair play rules, you know. I think that is the case, because when I looked at it this morning, both Spain and Portugal have the same point, same goal difference, so I presume it's gone down to fair play. Falcao showing his Manchester United form, yeah. I was so sad when it didn't work out with him at United. I was so happy when he did sign. I stayed up until midnight to watch deadline day, to watch him sign. Okay, so who is the serious dark horse now? Mexico, Sweden, Croatia for me. Because they are, you might say, oh, they've got way too much quality to be a dark horse, but no one's expecting them to do well or to win the World Cup. So I think they are the dark horse for me, Croatia. I think they really could win it. Spain topped the group on goals scored. Oh, right. Oh, does it go down to... Oh, it goes down to that, does it? The injury was the thing with the Falcao, I think. Yeah, his knee. If he didn't do his knee in before he came, he would have been a success. But Croatia are all the way are the dark horses. I think so, mate. I think if you look at that side, Mandzukic, Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric, Rakitic, so many good players. Mandzukic, if I didn't already say him. Lovren, decent as well. Shot there by Senegal, but nothing really to trouble the Colombian goalkeeper, which is, of course, David Ospina, who won't be start. I think either David Ospina or Petr Cech will be leaving Arsenal, to be honest. Yeah, it was a weak shot, wasn't it? It was a weak shot. It was just a bit meh. Sanchez is playing really well. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're talking about Davinson Sanchez, because there's a few Sanchez playing for Colombia today, but Davinson Sanchez, that bloody tackle on Sadio Mane was a bloody wonderful one, wasn't it? He had to get that right. Like I said, another weak shot there by Senegal. There's a chance. He cut in on his left-hand side. I think it was Sarr, and he got a shot off, but meh, just P-roller. But yes, no, that tackle from Davinson Sanchez on Sadio Mane, he had to get that right. If he didn't get it, if he didn't make the challenge, Sadio Mane would have scored. If he made the challenge but got it wrong, it would have been a red card and a penalty. So fantastic tackle there, fantastic. Croatia don't have any class strikers, in my opinion. They do lack a little bit up front, but look, Mandzukic isn't a bad striker, is he? Match you're most looking forward to in the next round. Let's have a little look at it, shall we? I am looking most forward to France, Argentina is going to be a bloody good one. Brazil, Mexico is going to be a beautiful one. And you know what? It might not have the two biggest big name countries in it, but Sweden, Switzerland is going to be a brilliant one because one of them is going to go to the quarterfinals, and I want to see which team that is, if that makes sense. So yeah, Sweden, Switzerland is going to be a good one as well. Croatia, they're all going to be good. Uruguay, Portugal's going to be a cracker. Croatia, Denmark's going to be good as well. All of them, look, all of them. Croatia can't hit people on the break with their slow striker. Yeah, well, that's what I said. Mandzukic, they do lack a little bit up front, like you say, and you make a good point there, mate. But, look, Mandzukic is just not a bad player, isn't he? So, coming up to half an hour in this game now, lads. Muriel coming on, is that right? Sana, who is the best player in the tournament till date, in your opinion? Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess, maybe? Right? Christopher White says, France, a good one, not a chance. Well, look, France may not be the most entertaining team to watch play, but France-Argentina, regardless, is going to be a good game, I think. Yes, I think Muriel is coming on, actually, for Colombia here. So is Falcao coming off? I presume it's an injury from that from when he got clattered earlier on. Sander, we could see Messi versus Ronaldo in the quarterfinals. Yes, we could see Messi versus Ronaldo in the quarterfinals. That would be so interesting to see, wouldn't it? I don't like to compare them the whole time. I think, Cristiano Ronaldo is better for me, but there you go. That's my opinion. But yeah, I don't want to compare them. Let's just appreciate the fact that we've got these two amazing players playing at the same time. We're blessed. So they're coming forward here. Sarr on the ball. Nice little ball there. Well defended though by the Colombians. They've won it back though. That's a foul apparently, offside. France through to the quarters. Yeah, I do. If I'm honest, I think France will beat Argentina. Argentina lucky to get even through to the round of 16. Then they'll play. I think Portugal. I hope Portugal can beat them. James Rodriguez is coming off. Oh shit! No. That's so disappointing, isn't it? Because you can see how frustrated he is. Must be an injury. He always turns up at the World Cup, though, as well. He always turns up at the World Cup. It's so disappointing for him. I'm sure he would have wanted to make an absolute impact on this game. But he is coming off here for Muriel. Is that his World Cup over? I mean, I don't know the extent of the injury. I don't know what the injury actually is and how severe it was. But regardless, that's so sad to see James Rodriguez go off. But Muriel's not a bad player at the end of the day. He is coming on. Muriel, he's a good player and he should cause Senegal a few problems. But of course, James Rodriguez, the quality that he's got, and not only that, but it's just sad for the player. You know, you play your whole life to play in these moments in the World Cup, and he's gone off with an injury. It's just so annoying. James Rodriguez has gone off. I don't know the extent of the injury, how severe it is, and what it actually is, but he's gone straight down the tunnel. So. Massive up for Senegal to go through. I mean, if Senegal go through, it's fair play, and it would be a big moment for them. But that's the way it is, isn't it? But I want Colombia to go through, to be honest with you. I want Colombia to go through. If anyone has played FIFA 13, then you know about OP Muriel. I played FIFA 13, but I didn't know about Muriel. Poland has a goal, but Kashima claw it out of the hint. Let's check the score then in the other game. It's still 0-0 in the other game. Japan, Poland, lads. 33 minutes into that, still 0-0. What do you think about Argentina? Absolute loads of dog shite, mate. It's just so bad. So lucky to get through into the round of 16. I felt so bad for Iceland and Nigeria. I think at least one of them deserved to go through. So it's just annoying. It's just annoying. I don't like him. I don't like him. Lumped it forward here, Senegal. Or as Mark would say, Senegal. I'm going to ask Mark when he gets back. I'm going to ask him whether his prediction for Senegal to do well was based on the fact that he got them to the World Cup final in his FIFA predicts. I think that's what it's based on, to be honest with you. I think that's what it's based on. Portugal, Belgium, man, so many teams with serious shot this year. Yeah, I mean, Portugal, Belgium, Spain, even to Mexico and England even. They've all got a chance, man. They've all got a chance. It's a very open World Cup. Obviously, there is no World Cup tomorrow, lads. There's no World Cup tomorrow. I think it'll probably do us well. Have a little break from it. I think we're all, like Mark said, getting a little bit World Cup fatigued, and we're starting to see the negatives and things all going a little bit half glass empty. Let's take a break from it. We'll chill out, right? Have a day off, and then we're back on Saturday with Argentina versus France. That's going to be a bloody brilliant one. Then later that evening, Uruguay versus Portugal. Then the next day, Spain versus Russia and Croatia versus Denmark. And the next day, Brazil versus Mexico. And I don't know who else. Belgium versus someone, I presume. Abbas says, I'm back, what's been happening? And nothing's too much has happened, to be honest with you, mate. James Rodriguez has gone off injured. But other than that, no real clear-cut chances created. The best chance was for Sadio Mane for Senegal in the first 20-odd minutes, but Davinson Sanchez made an absolute wonderful tackle to deny him of the opportunity to shoot and get a shot on goal. But other than that, mate, in this game, nothing much has happened. In the other game, I'm not watching it. We are going to get Mark Goldbridge back in a little while to cover that game. He's obviously just dipping in and out, got father-like priorities. So there you go. But we will get Mark back to cover the other game when he is back from his travels. I bet Argentina beats France. France is so bad. Matuidi left winger. I think you're just trying to wind me up at this point, Bio. I think you're just trying to wind me up. France aren't bad. It's the managers who's bad. France have got a lot of bloody quality, and I think on paper are one of the best teams in the whole tournament. But it's just the tactics, mate. The tactics and the manager. Ball into the box, but the keeper fumbled it. The keeper fumbled it there, the Senegalese keeper, but he won it back. He's lumped one forward it. It's a good ball as well. Mane controls it, but Cuadrado gets rid. Near own goal on Poland, is that right? France are the stronger team on paper. That's what I think, mate. That is what I think. Iceland and Nigeria wanted it more, and Argentina just got lucky. It was so boring to see a team like Argentina just go through in a last-minute goal. Yeah, it's fucking AIDS, isn't it? It's horrible to see. I hate them. I was so disappointed. Obviously, I was doing Iceland and Croatia. And for Argentina to get a goal like that in the last minute, it's just so disappointing. George Watts loves me. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I love you too. Belgium-Croatia for final. Belgium-Croatia in the final would be an absolutely lovely final, wouldn't it? Look, both those teams are underdogs. Both those teams haven't won it before, to my knowledge at least. So to see those teams in the final would be absolutely wonderful. I'd love that. I think for the semi-finals and that, I think me and Mark should do joint streams, if I'm honest. I think it works well, me and Mark together, because you can bounce off opinions. People in the comments can get involved as well. Ronaldo is average. I think he's a little bit above average, Cristiano Ronaldo. Just a bit. He's not that good. Pretty bad. Like you say, he's pretty average, to be honest, that Cristiano Ronaldo fella. They've got a free kick here, though, Senegal. Senegal. I have a strong feeling Belgium will win it, or it could be England. I think Belgium are going to go far as well. Keyboard, look. They've got a free kick here, Senegal. Senegal, as Mark would say. Yeah, I think the stadium is probably majority Colombia, but actually maybe it's just 50-50. Messi is a GOAT. No, he's a human, mate. Agreed, Sandra. It's a combo to have you and Mark. Yeah, it works well, doesn't it? It works well. We've got to do another contribution. You guys are going mad. I mean, I say you're going mad. There's only two of you that contributed, but thanks, mate. I will read it when it comes up here. Kenneth says, $2 donation. Thanks, Kenneth. I massively appreciate it. He says, just a friendly donation. Keep up the great work. Oh, thanks, man. They've got a free kick here over the bar. Bad that by Senegal. But thanks, Kenneth. I really, really do appreciate that donation. If you guys want to contribute to the channel as well, look, I can't always read out your comments because there's a lot of you watching, but if you do want to get your comment read out, your question answered, contribute to the channel. There's a little $ at the bottom of your comment section. Just click that, donate, write a little question, and I'll answer it for you. So thanks to Kenneth, and I forgot who else donated as well, but thanks, Kenneth, for your donation. Let it go, let it go. Guys, can we hit 40,200 subscribers today? That'd be absolutely fantastic if we could do that. Of course, trying to go for 50,000 subscribers by the end of the World Cup. Now, I doubt that will actually happen, but it's worth dreaming, isn't it? So if you guys could share the video and subscribe if you haven't already, that'd be absolutely fantastic and would help us a lot towards our 50k subscriber mark. Japan is looking very sloppy. Well, thanks Ishan, for keeping me up to date with the other stream. That was Paul from Mane. Just bobbled over his own foot there. But, yes, no, Japan are apparently looking very sloppy, which is good. When we get Mark back, we'll get more of an in-depth analysis of the other game. But yes, the right back has pulled something, number 17. Substitution. Oh, no, it's Quintero. Argentina to win the World Cup. He's retracted that comment now, so I don't think he agrees with it. But Sander, who has had a better World Cup, Lukaku or Kane? I think they've both had an equally good World Cup, to be honest. Dude, commentate on the match. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's not as easy as you think. Yeah, no. The right back has pulled something here. He's instantly pulled up, so that's definitely. He's definitely going to be going off injured, and that I think will be his World Cup over. It looks like a hamstring. Let it go. Afternoon, Sander. How you doing, mate? Hello, Liam. Anyone that is joining, welcome to the stream. This is Senegal versus Colombia, although when we get Mark back in just a little while, we'll be able to cover the Japan versus Poland game as well. But as we speak, Colombia crash out of the World Cup with Senegal and Japan going through. But of course, it's only 39 minutes into the game, so still a lot of time left for Colombia to turn it around and Poland to get a goal as well. Going forward is Senegal, but the cross goes wide. Calm down, everyone. Yeah. James' World Cup is over. I don't know whether it might be over. I mean, obviously it depends on how far Colombia go, but I think he's gonna have trouble getting back to full fitness. That's for sure. Kane is the better striker than Big Rom. Yeah, at the moment, I think. Yeah. Japan has changed 6 of their players from the previous game. Is that right? Wow. Let's just agree Messi has no personality and should not be captain. He clearly has a personality. Thoughts on the future of the Netherlands team, mate? Just think we'll be back again, but maybe not in a couple of years. I just think we need another generation of good players to come through. You know, the Justin Kluiverts of the world. We need them to succeed and do well for the country. But at the moment, we've got Bastos up front. Memphis Depay is one of our best players, and he's just very average. So that's what you call an average player, Memphis Depay. He's doing well at Lyon, yeah, but it's Lyon and it's Ligue 1, isn't it? So, do you watch American sports? I don't, mate. I don't. So, 41 minutes into this game, he's just fallen over. Nice little bit of play here. Falcao on the ball, shrugs a few players off, but Senegal win it back, and that's a foul, surely, for the Senegalese. Sander, would you rate Quintero and he would be a good fit at United? I haven't seen enough for him to say, yeah, I haven't been United, but he looks like a decent player. He's not shone necessarily this game, but he looks like a decent player, definitely. Is he giving the foul to Colombia or Senegal? Oh, he's giving it to Senegal. Afternoon, Max. Your favourite team to watch this World Cup? To watch, I would have said Mexico, to be honest, but probably Croatia, I think. Croatia being a joy to watch, to be honest. Especially in that Argentina game. I wasn't doing the watch-along, so I was just watching it on my own with my dad. And it was just so good to watch Croatia just tear Argentina a new arsehole. Brilliant, brilliant. It's been a bit of a chess match this game so far, lads. Both teams not really being able to create many chances. As I said, a bit of a chess match. So it's quite tightly poised, quite even at the moment. As I said, no team's really creating many chances. So not necessarily being the most exciting game, but it's exciting in the sense that we want to see who goes through, and Colombia need a goal, don't they? So it is exciting, but the game itself hasn't necessarily been the most exciting. But still 0-0 in the other games to my knowledge. So as we speak, Japan and Senegal go through. Still 0-0, yeah. Thing is as well, there's only 3 days until Fellaini's contract runs out. What do you think about Rob Olsen and Sweden's chances to go through to the quarters? I'll be honest, I think Switzerland will beat them. I think Switzerland are actually quite a good side, so I don't think they'll go to the quarterfinals, but they've also got a chance. Switzerland are obviously the best team they could have drawn, really. So Yes, Rooney is on his way to America. He's actually literally on his way to America. He's in the plane. He posted a photo of it. So he will be signing for DC United very, very soon at some point today, I presume. Just check Twitter if we've had any updates on that. Guys, get involved as well, guys. We are live here with every single World Cup game. So subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 40,200 subscribers this stream. We will be getting Mark back on in the second half. Colombia coming forward there, but Senegal get rid. The reason I'm not necessarily talking about the game so intensely is because there's nothing really much happening. I mean, Senegal are coming up the other end at this point. That's a foul. Yeah, foul for Senegal. He's officially signed. Okay, brilliant. There you go. Yeah, there you go. He's officially signed for DC United. I'm just watching the promo video now. That's weird to see Rooney at DC United, isn't it? At Everton, it's sort of fit for me. It's sort of fit at Everton, but I can't take Wayne Rooney seriously in that promotional video. If you watch that promotional video of Wayne Rooney, I can't take him bloody seriously. All right, DC, let's get to work. Can't take him seriously. He does look like an ogre, doesn't he? Yeah, Tom Austin says Rooney's going to get so fat in the USA, yeah. Sander, worst match of this World Cup? No. Mexico, no. Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. Nothing beats Uruguay, Saudi Arabia in the Snorefest competition. Nothing does. But we've got 1 minute stoppage time here, 20 seconds into that. So almost at half time. Rooney's such a bad actor. I can't take him seriously. DC, let's get to work. He tries to be serious, but he's just rude. You trying to sort of grab his cheeks and let's get to work. To be honest, I couldn't see him staying at Everton. Not even good enough for them. No, but I thought he might have just played a sort of a bit part role on the bench, come on now and again in the FA Cup, that sort of thing. But maybe he's not content doing that. I don't blame Rooney for going over to the US, if I'm honest. Fair play to him, all power to him. Because at the end of the day, why wouldn't you go over? What's better, Liverpool or Washington DC? Make your own mind up. Bio says Rooney is going to look like Michael Moore after 1 year in DC. What does Michael Moore look like? Who's Michael Moore? Thanks for your contribution, Bio. I just looked up Michael Moore. Jesus Christmas. Yes. His burgers are big, so he's definitely going to enjoy them. Another contribution. What's going on? What is going on? Thanks for all your contributions, lads. Matthew McFadden donated a £2 contribution saying, surprise, thick boy Rooney hasn't got an Oscar yet. It was awful, wasn't it? It was awful. Oh, no, we haven't got 1 minute stoppage time. We've got 3 minutes, so we're 2 minutes into that now. Everyone's talking about Rooney in the comments. I'm sure we'll get Mark's reaction on that when he comes back. But there you go. Rooney signed for DC United officially. The promotional video. I can't take him seriously. He's going to just sort of pad his bank balance and pad his stomach really as well, isn't he? Mary Xmas Sandaroo, how you going? Honestly, dead set. England are going to get blasted if they finished first and then get done in the next round. Media are going to rip them a new one. Thanks, Google. It's not Merry Christmas yet, but there you go. I think if England finish first and Colombia finish second, they've got a problem. They've got a problem. Matthew, why can't you donate me? What do you mean? Why can't you donate me? Washington DC is a complete dump. You've clearly never been. I've never been, mate. I just presume it's nice. Is it not nice? I thought it would be nice. They did not hashtag no Wayne, no gain. How wrong they can be. A lot of Wayne, a lot of gain, to be honest. Since I've been a kid, I've always wanted to sign for DC. Is that what you said? He's probably taking the piss. There you go. Half time, lads. Half time, Valderrama. Going out of the stadium there. But at half time, we have it at half time, 0-0 in both games. So let me stop the timer for you, lads. But yeah, it's not been the most interesting of first half, to be honest. It's interesting in terms of, look, it's 0-0. Colombia could be crashing out of the World Cup at this point. But the actual game itself, a standalone game, hasn't necessarily been the greatest. But I need a wee, but I'll wait till I get Mark back on so I don't leave you guys with the chair himself. But there you go. What do you guys think? Guys, I'll give my little half-time review. But get in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about that first half. And now you've seen that first half going into the second half, has your predictions changed? Have they stayed? For me, I went 2-1 Colombia. I'm going to stick with that, to be honest. I'm going to stick with 2-1 Colombia. As Mark says, often in these games, the second half is really when they come alive, because that's the point, that's the realization point when they go, oh, bloody hell, we're going out the World Cup here. We really need to turn it on. So there you go. I think the second half is going to be lit. But there you go. My first half summary for this game. And tell me about the other game as well, if you guys can, in the comments. But my first summary, my first half summary of this game. I'm not looking at the comment because it makes me laugh. My first half summary of this game is been a bit of a chess match, bit of stale. Senegal getting forward a few times, Colombia getting forward a few times. Neither team really making many chances, if I'm honest. As I said, a bit of a chess match. The only real big chance was that Sadio Mane one, where Davinson Sanchez came in and made that fantastic tackle. I mean, if Sanchez got that wrong, that would have been a penalty and a red card. If he didn't make the tackle, he would have gone on and scored. So, brilliant bit of play there by Davinson Sanchez. He's not set the world alight this World Cup, although I do think he's a very good player, as we saw there. But get in the comments. Matthew McFadden says dead game. And the thing I was laughing at was Ed Woodward saying, it's always been a dream of mine to play for the Galaxy. Reporter, you signed for DC, Wayne. Well, Wayne, you signed for DC, mate. That's more Texas, isn't it? So James is going off. Yes, James is going off. He's lost the game. Well, when Mark gets back, we'll inform him with that, and he'll be gutted for him because he's a big fan, isn't he, of James Rodriguez. So yes, James Rodriguez gone off with an injury. Obviously, we went to VAR with that Davinson Sanchez tackle. It actually initially was given as a penalty, but VAR overruled it. And look, there we've seen VAR work to its best. Brilliant. We've seen it brilliant. VAR worked fantastically there. So fair play to it. I'm not a big fan of it, but at the end of the day, it's working well. So can't complain of it there. Natural Opinion says Mane is needed out wide. He really adapted his game as a playmaker, number 10, when Coutinho left. Looks like he has the same role for Senegal, but Liverpool had Salah out wide. Yeah, but Senegal have Sarr out wide, who I think is very good. Sonda, any more watch-alongs from you today? Unless you want me to do Panama, Tunisia, there's no more watch-alongs from me today. I'll be doing this one, of course. And then Mark, we've sort of agreed that Mark does every England watch-along because obviously he's English. So, yes, I won't do Tunisia, Panama. Mark will do England versus Belgium, I presume, with Marcus. I think that's what's going to happen, but, you know, I might be wrong. Marcus might not join, but we'll have to wait and see. But there will definitely be England versus Belgium on this channel, and unfortunately no Tunisia versus Panama because I'd rather watch paint dry. I really want to stay up for England versus Belgium, but going to bed at 4 a.m. is going to be too hard. Big day tomorrow. Well, Tyler, no worries, mate. My sleep pattern's just so messed up, so I'm not actually going to do that, but there you go. Thoughts on Mexico versus Brazil? I think Brazil should win that. Brazil will win that, but you know, you never know. Mexico's win over Germany doesn't look as emphatic as it did at the time, but now that we know how bad Germany actually are. So, because Mexico beat Germany, we were like, oh my God, they're so good. But then Germany lost against South Korea and narrowly beat Sweden, and we were like, actually, maybe they're not that good, and maybe, therefore, Mexico aren't that good either, you know? So, I do think Brazil will win that game. Matthew McFadden should co-host the England match. You just be shouting swear words to the English team, mate. What's the next game? England versus Belgium will be on this channel later. I expect like a 3-2 scoreline from Belgium versus England, and it really can be either way. I just don't know where it's going to go, if I'm honest. I'm just going to chill out, watch Love Island after. Casa Amor is the whole new thing, isn't it? I rate Love Island. I don't care. It's cheap entertainment, but it's just decent, isn't it? England versus Belgium will be boring too. Nothing to play for, really. Well, there will be something to play for because I think both teams are going to want to finish second, to be honest with you. There's one time I'm not going to be wanting England to really win. I kind of want England just to draw or lose, to be honest. I don't care. If England lose, I'll sort of be happy because at the end of the day, yes, you never want your English team to win, but in the long term, it's better for the country, isn't it? So 2-1 England come on. 3-1 Belgium wins. You will find England will purposely score own goals. Yeah, it's like in FIFA. Have you ever had that where you've scored a jammy goal in FIFA, so you just stick it in your own net? That's what you're going to see England doing tonight. Guys, get subscribing. Of course, we're on 40,152 subscribers. We're trying to go for 40,200 subscribers tonight. And of course, in the long haul, 50k subscribers is in the pipeline. But yeah, I mean, 40,200 would be great for today. So get involved. Get subscribing if you haven't already. And share the video, as always, to get more people involved. There you go. So check Twitter to see what's going on Twitter. Rumours that Manchester United are in for Toni Kroos, which is a load of bollocks, mate. Don't listen to that. Manchester United wishing Wayne Rooney the best at DC. Count Dankula coming up with some tweets as well. There you go. I think this will be a show. Need an own goal for time for Philly Jones. Yeah. Phil, we need you. Phil's like, yeah, all right, I'm up for it. We need you to just do what you usually do. All right. Scores an own goal post-game. Gareth's like, Phil comes in, head down. Sorry, Gaffer. He's like, oh, well done, Phil. That's what we wanted you to do, mate. Let me turn the air conditioning on quickly, lads. It's fucking hot in here. Too hot here, lads. Especially with all these machines and these fans, all these machines going off in one. It's bloody hot. There we go. So, guys, get in the comments now, until we get Mark back on and until we get the second half back up and running, I will be taking your questions. So get involved and ask me some football-related questions. Get the tree out. I cannot get the tree out. If you guys don't know, I've got a houseplant that comes out on very, very special situations. He cannot be brought out. His presence cannot be abused. Don't get it twisted. And you say Rooney is bad at acting. That was awful. Sander looking like Assassin's Creed side villain. Really? Is the football coming home? Honestly, no. But it is coming to the semi-finals. That's where it's going. Football going to the semi-finals in terms of England. Because I really do think England will lose tonight. And when they lose, no one will care. It won't be because England have tried to lose. It'll be because England are the worst. Belgium are better than England. But people will be like, oh, no, well done, Gareth, mate. Well done, Gareth. Well done. Good tactics, that. So England will lose tonight. Beat whoever comes first in this group. Japan, I presume. Or Senegal. Or Colombia. Any one of them. And then beat Switzerland. And then semi-finals. That's what I reckon. It's coming home. Tony Alexander Ballangrud has donated. Thanks, Bud, for your donation. He's donated. He said, good luck with Fellaini United and the long balls. Thanks for your contribution, mate. But, oh, my God. I don't want to talk about it. Like Matthew McFadden, me and him just message each other. And he messaged me saying, I haven't spoken in a little while, mate. What do you reckon of that bushy-haired twat staying or something like that? And I was like, mate, I'm way too tired to even talk about him at this point. Sander really has confidence. Great job, buddy. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Sander, what if England and Belgium draw? Belgium top the group. It's coming home. It's coming home. If Patrick's ever a spam, everybody like it. Then if I do, what are you on about? Kenneth says, let's see your girlfriend. No joke. Someone messaged me yesterday saying, I won't say who it is, because I won't embarrass them. But they messaged me saying on Twitter, what's your girlfriend's Instagram, mate? She's really fit. Why do English fans chant, it's coming home? It's cringy as. Because it's coming home, mate. It's coming home. Robert says, Sander, shall I have a fruit pastel lolly or a can of Coke? Fruit pastel lolly. Go over fruit pastel. But I usually bite ice creams, but don't bite that one. Suck the fruit pastel. You can't bite it. I just want to forget that Jose Mourinho, Marouane and Fellaini exists. I want to forget that Marouane and Fellaini exists, but not Jose and Mourinho, to be honest with you. But come on, Mark. Get back involved, mate. Still 0-0, obviously, because it is half-time, so the game's not going on. But it is 0-0 in this game, as you can see on the screen. 0-0 in the other one as well. I'll just put it in here. That's her Instagram. But best football song ever. I don't know the best football song ever. What's your favourite, your best chant ever? What's your best chant? Your favourite chant? For Man United, my favourite Man United chant is probably the Georgie Best one. I like the Georgie Best one, and although it might come across a little bit disrespectful, of course, because George Best died of alcoholism, I really like going on up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. And when I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go on a piss with Georgie Best. I just like that one. I don't know why. It's just good. So sorry, Sana, for the embarrassment. We're always here for you. You're doing the best, right, Anvesh? Sana, who would you drop? John Stones, Gary Cahill? Gary Cahill. I like John Stones over Gary Cahill, to be honest. Get your questions in, lads, we should be kicking off at any minute now, to be honest with you. So I'm sure Mark will be joining us soon, and the timer will be up and running again very soon. But there you go. You should come, Anvesh, come on. I'm new, so I don't know about this YouTubers. It's a welcome. If you guys are new to the channel, then welcome. Basically, the premise of That's Football over the World Cup, at least, is we're live with every single World Cup game doing a watch-along. The watch-alongs are basically me or Mark watch the game and talk to you guys about it as it goes on and give you guys our opinions and just talk to you guys about football. So that's the premise of the World Cup watch-alongs. And then obviously going into next season, we'll have shows every single day, watch-alongs for all leagues as well, and we've got a lot coming, so get involved, subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 40,200 subscribers today, so yeah, get involved and share the video if you haven't already. Jordan, you would expect him to be able to speak many languages, but he can only do English. I can speak Dutch as well. Sana, what's shark spurt? Oh, you've followed Megan on Instagram, haven't you? Sander, would you swap Belgium team? Would you swap Belgium team for United team? I don't know what you're on about, mate. To be honest, well, they are obviously a better team than the United's team, but there you go. Guys, I want to get this second half back up and running. Jesus Christ, come on. Come on, second half. I just want to get it going. I want to see some action. I'm fed up of bloody Didier Drogba talking on the TV. I want to see some proper action, some goals going. We've obviously had 0-0 this first half, 0-0 in the other game as well. I want to get some action going, you know. No, I haven't. Yes, I do. Joe Hart. Let's go Japan and Senegal, guys. I'll put it this way, right? Who do you want to go through in this group? I presume a lot of you are English, but we get a lot of international viewers as well. So who do you guys want to go through in this group? As we speak, Japan and Senegal in that order are going through, but obviously then Colombia and Poland crash out. But obviously anything can happen in this game. If Colombia win, they go through. If Japan lose and Colombia draw, Colombia go through, and anything can happen. So there you go. Akira says Japan and Senegal. Jay Hart says Senegal and Colombia. Senegal and Japan. I would like, personally, Senegal and Colombia to go through. That's just my opinion. I want Senegal, Colombia and Japan. Sander, is Romero still playing for United? Seems like De Gea is permanent keeper position. Well, yeah, obviously. But yes, Romero is still a United player. Every time I see Suarez, the Jaws theme tune comes to mind. Yeah, every time. Shit. Second half's about to start. It caught me completely off guard then. I need to get the timer ready because I can't start it late. So I have to be spot on and accurate with the timer. The teams are lined up. Come on then. Come on then, ref. And we kicked off. There we go. Second half has started. We'll get Mark back on very, very soon. But the second half has started. I'm aware I'm about a minute behind you guys. So just pause your TV and sync up with me. I'm, as you can see, 10 seconds into the game. So pause the TV, sync up with me, mute your commentary, and get involved in the comments. In the other game as well, it's still 0-0, obviously. But yeah, we've kicked off in both games. So hopefully we'll get Mark back on soon so we can get some coverage on the other game as well. I know I'm a bit behind, I know. Victory Africa, of course, I'm here. Come on, Senegal. Well, come on, Colombia. I just want to see some goals in this, if I'm honest. I want to see Colombia. I want to see a shock. So, you know, I don't want it to be Japan and Senegal to go through. Sandy, if you have time, do Tunisia versus Panama. We love you, or else any watch-alongs tomorrow from you. Tomorrow there's no World Cup games, to be honest with you, mate. But no, I'm not going to do Tunisia-Panama. It's an absolute waste of time. No, I don't want to watch it. You guys don't want to watch it. So I don't think, if you're not Tunisian and Panamanian, you're not going to watch that game, are you? Hey, Sander. Hey, Luis. Hello, Louis. Welcome. So yeah, as we speak, Japan and Senegal on 5 points, Colombia on 4, and Poland on 1, because it's obviously 0-0 in this game and 0-0 in the other as well. So Colombia are knocking that around. I really like this Colombian kit. Do you guys? I really like this Colombian kit, to be honest. Really like it. Who is the most rubbish team that's meant to be good? Argentina. Yeah, I really like this. Really like this Colombian kit, to be honest with you. It's so nice. The yellow's nice, and then they've got the red, and like, it's just so nice, isn't it? And the training kit is really nice for this Colombia team as well. Senegal 1-0 win. You have to watch every match of this World Cup, mate. I'm not watching Tunisia Panama. You can do one. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It makes me want to cry thinking about even just sitting here and watching that. But throwing in for Colombia. Most rubbish team meant to be good. Argentina and France. Yeah, there you go. That's what I think. I don't think France are rubbish. I just think they're always going to scrape wins, and I do think they'll go far. It's just boring to watch, that's all. I think Croatia is going to be the biggest upset. If there is going to be an upset, I think Croatia have got the most chance of being that team. But they're coming forward here, Colombia, knocking it about. Coming forward, to be fair. I think, you know, we're obviously only 3 minutes into the second half, but Colombia look the better side. They look the better side, definitely. We are getting Mark on, Liam. We are getting Mark on. Literally in just in probably about 10 minutes' time, I'll call in. He's just got to go do some things, pick up the kids, etc. Make some tea as well. So we'll just wait for him to get back, and then he'll cover the Japan game. I really like doing a watch along with someone, because you can just it's easier to talk about things, isn't it? You think Spain are now favourites? I think, yeah. I mean, Mark seems to think so. I personally think, yeah, I probably would go with that, to be honest. I think Spain probably favourites. To be fair, the general consensus here in Spain is that they're not actually going to do that well, Spain. But I think they are going to do well. I don't want them to do well, to be honest, because the bastards beat us in the World Cup final in 2010. But there you go. I would love Croatia to win it. I would absolutely love Croatia to win it. I think they've got a big chance as well. Like, as you guys said, though, they've got a little bit lacking up front pace-wise because they've got Mandzukic, but yeah. So knocking it about now, Colombia. A bit of a slow start to the second half. Colombia dominating possession. James Rodriguez obviously gone off with injury. I'll be interested to see if Mark's reaction about that, if he's not seen it already. There's a good little ball there. They're in behind here, Colombia. Poor touch that was by Muriel. Poor there by Muriel. What was your view on total football in Manchester? Since Old Trafford dislike LVG boring football. LVG is not total football, mate. LV, it's a difference between total football and just keeping the ball. Total football is more just like keeping the ball at pace, triangles, breaking down the oppositions with amazing, beautiful patterns of play. LVG was, let's just see how long we can keep the ball for and knock it around the back four. That's what that was. Foul there. played down injured here. I think he should be all right, but he looks in a bit of pain. You just know no one will watch Tunisia Panama, and the game will be an absolute goal fest. Even if it was a goal fest, to be honest with you, mate, I was just not going to. Oh, that's dirty. That was, mate. I'll be honest. Bordering on red card, that for me. Bordering on red card. Although, yeah, it was a yellow card. Fair play, it was a yellow card. We got him here. It should have been a yellow card, but if he did pull away from it, which is why it should be a yellow card. But if he went into that and kept his legs straight, it should have been a red. But we have got the main man on. Mark, how you doing, pal?
I'm all right. I was just listening to different audios there. Still 0-0 both games, yeah. 0-0 Japan, Poland. So
I've got something to tell you, mate.
Go on.
James Rodriguez went off injured in the 30-35 minutes.
Oh no, I was listening to it in the radio.
Oh yeah.
I even managed to get a tweet out when I was stuck in traffic. So yeah, I don't think. To be honest, Senegal are all over Colombia, so it's not looking good for them.
No. Well, to be fair, in this second half, Colombia have I think Colombia have dominated possession in this first sort of 4 or 5 minutes, but Senegal. I said the way I described it at half time was it's a bit of a chess match. This Senegal-Colombia game, I think. Neither side has really created loads of chances. They're sort of just trying to figure each other out. But as you said, the second half is really where we expect it to come alive because the realisation of the fact that you're not going to continue in the World Cup really comes alive, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously that Japan just going to shoot here, blocked by Poland. It's that interesting concept that I don't think many England fans want. Well, not the ones who say we should win this game because they. There we go. Could be a goal for Poland. No, crap pass. It was in a 1-on-1. If Japan top the group, then it makes it even more for me that they should be going for second place. Yeah. So hopefully that won't happen.
Well, Japan are no mugs, but I think the only real reason they're top of the group is because of that red card,
which was 5 minutes to a game, wasn't it? So.
But they're no mugs, and it will be a tough test for England, but I think it is the more winnable game out of all the potential games that you could get.
Well, that will take care of itself. 0-0 in both these games, but a lot of these knockout games, this is what worries me about the group stage, though, because people keep saying, is this the best World Cup ever? And I keep saying, it's too early. The World Cup is in 2 stages. You've got your group stage, then you've got your knockout stage. And yeah, this has been a great group stage, but I think we're seeing in these games what it's going to be like in the group stage. Everyone's dead cagey. We're getting lots of 0-0s at half time, and that's because it matters more. And unfortunately, I hope that doesn't happen. But I think we will get that in the knockout stage, where we're going to see a lot of tighter games. Which then does the World Cup? Is it the World Cup best ever then?
We'll have to wait and see, like you say, if it's the best ever. Not only for that reason that you've just explained, but more for the reason that. Look, if let's say Mexico or Sweden or England go really far and an underdog wins it, then of course it has to be up there. But we can't obviously see that. We can't determine that yet because we're only in the group stages. All 3 teams are poor. We can beat any of them. That's true. Look, at the end of the day, Japan would obviously be the easier game for England, but they're not all poor. They're all winnable games. It's not like you're playing a Spain or something that looks out of reach, but you'd obviously prefer Japan, I think. There's a good bit of skill there. Nice little bit of a nutmeg on there. FIFA trying their best to give Colombia this game.
No, why? That penalty incident was just amazing tackle. It was definitely not a penalty.
No, that was bloody... Look, I have had my criticisms of VAR. I've not been a fan of it always, and I know you haven't either. But at the end of the day, it worked a treat there, didn't it? It gave the right decision because it was a bloody brilliant tackle. Kenneth says, my wife's due date is coming up soon, and we've already agreed we are naming our son Sander, which is positive. Going to be a nightmare baby, that. Knocking it around now, Colombia. As I said in the first half, a bit of a chess match, this. Neither team really opening each other up. And as you said, Mark, a bit cagey, isn't it? A bit cagey because it does mean so much. And neither team really wants to commit fully.
No, and Japan are in a difficult position because obviously if they lose, they know that they probably would go out. There'll be twists and turns in the last few minutes of this game, that's for sure.
Let's hope so. How's that game going? Who's sort of dominating play at the moment?
You could pretty much turn it off for 10 minutes and come back to it because it's the same sort of midfield battle end to end without quality in the final third.
Yeah.
I mean, Poland have been Poland have been the equal of Japan, so that shows you a lot about Japan, really. I think, like you say, the 3 points that Japan deservedly got against Colombia. I mean, they played well against the 10 men, but that gave them the massive opportunity in this to go through. So
Senegal came forward there. I think that was one of the biggest chances of the game, to be honest. Got a ball into the box, but the centre forward slipped on the penalty spot, and Colombia win it back. But first real sign that Senegal can properly open up Colombia. They've won it back here, high up the pitch again. They're coming forward. Colombia have got men back. No, that's poor pass there. There'll be a late goal. There always is. That's from Chris. Well, let's hope there are some twists and turns, because I just want to see some excitement and some action in these two games. Have you seen?
I don't know what the situation is with James Rodriguez, but people are saying would England stand a chance? Well, yeah, England stand a chance against anyone. Colombia, but I'd say James Rodriguez is probably out of the World Cup if he's coming off after half an hour in a big game. It's I don't know what his injury situation is, but you wouldn't expect him to be back even if they get through.
No, because the games, you know, if it's sort of an FA Cup semi-final and an FA Cup final, you've got maybe a week or two in between. But because these games are so compact, you know, you've got literally a couple days. So, yeah, no, I think that is his World Cup over. Also, did you hear that Rooney officially signed? I presume you've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been coming for days, that, and it's a bit of a weird one with Rooney, isn't it? I mean, went back to Everton, didn't really set the world on fire. I think Everton fans were quite disappointed in him. I think United fans knew that was coming because he's been finished at United for a few years. So MLS is about right for Rooney, and it's a retirement plan, isn't it? And you know, I don't think he's got it in the Premier League anymore. So yeah, I'd be interested. Well, I won't be interested to watch it because I don't watch MLS, but it's the right move for him.
It is coming up though, the MLS and soccer or football in America, if you will. And I think, you know, I do think that Zlatan going over there has sort of brought eyes to the MLS, but also the World Cup in 2026 will hopefully set even more eyes on football in America, and because you know, it would be nice to see the MLS do well and compete properly with other leagues. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Also,
I think it's pretty crap.
Yeah, well, it is at the moment, but like as I said, you know, it is getting better. Like, it is getting better, and we've seen a few younger players go over there. I know there's a Geordie lad over there at the moment, but
I just know a lot of Americans who support United and watch the United stand, and they're like, you know, don't worry about it, it's crap. 1-0 Poland! 1-0 Poland, we've got a goal. Nice crossing, and it's number 5, Bedmerk, or whatever his name is. That will not be his name. I've completely read that wrong. Bedmark. I think I'm just tired. But there's a little gift there. It's not Bed. It won't be. His name won't be Bedmark. It will be number 5 for Poland is. Oh God, where is it? Oh, I'm looking at their subs. Bednarek. There you go. I merged the. I saw an M. Bedmark. You see, it's because I'm tired. So can you... nice little cross coming in, and he just gets it on the volley. Nice hit. 1-0 Poland. So yeah, see, it starts to get interesting in the second half, because that means at the moment
Colombia go through.
Colombia leapfrog Japan.
Yep. So as we speak, lads, Poland are 1-0 up against Japan, and it's still 0-0 in this game. So Colombia go through. Is that on goal difference, or is that just? I mean, that is on goal difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be on goal difference, because Japan would drop down to even goal difference, i.e. 0, and Colombia are actually on 2 goal difference. So although Japan did beat Colombia, I believe goal difference is the first thing. So effectively, if Japan lose, Colombia go through, as long as Colombia don't lose, because they've got the better goal difference. Yeah.
Yes. Well, good stuff. Now, hopefully, we'll see a bit of action and it open up a little bit. But you know, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm just seeing the table on the screen now. So 5 points for Senegal, 4 points for Colombia, 4 points for Japan. But as you say, Japan are on 0 goal difference or evens, and Colombia are on +2. So there you go.
It'd be interesting if Poland got another. I'm not saying that they will do, because I'm sure Japan will go for it. But if it went 2-0 to Poland, I wonder if Senegal and Colombia would just go, you know what? We don't need to kill each other here. Let's just play a draw and we go through.
Yeah, well, isn't that... Well, technically, isn't that illegal? Like, isn't it like...
Oh, yeah. Definitely it's illegal, but it happens.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like to see that happen, but, you know, it wouldn't be the most stupid of decisions, would it?
Well, there certainly wouldn't be much of a point in Senegal killing themselves because they'd be top of the group anyway.
Yes,
So
yeah.
a draw would do for them. But at the moment, Japan are on the attack, so it would be a bad tactic for everybody. I'm just thinking, actually, what I hadn't looked at is what if Colombia start winning?
So they
That would
overtake
put
Senegal, don't
they?
Second.
Below Japan.
Oh, below Japan. Oh, it would
Yeah.
do, wouldn't it? Yeah. So if Colombia beat Senegal and Japan lose against Poland, Colombia go first and Japan go second.
Yeah, it's all about by how many, but yeah, if both Japan and Senegal lost 1-0, it would be Japan in second and Colombia in first. It's got big connotations for the England group, really has. At the moment, you'd have England, if they top the group, would play Colombia at the moment as things stand.
It was a good goal that bed mark. it was a good goal. Just seeing it back now. If Japan score a late goal and this stays a draw or Colombia, doesn't make too much sense. That.
Yeah, Colombia go out.
It's not legal.
Both games are a draw. Colombia go out and Japan go through top with Senegal in second.
Yes. If Japan draw or win, Colombia have to win. But if they lose, a draw is okay for Colombia.
A lot of people in the live comments supporting Senegal. They've been, you know what? Senegal have not lost a game, and they've been impressive. And I think they probably do deserve to go through. But the way things are, I did say I couldn't see Japan winning this game, and I saw the first 5 minutes of this, and I couldn't see Japan winning. I think they can get a draw in this, but
a draw's as good as a win for them.
Yeah.
But they've got a free kick here on Sadio Mane for Senegal. You'll see it in the comments before I do, but
shot by Poland there. I mean, Poland this has been a good game, and Poland have been very unimpressive in this tournament. I didn't do. I can't remember the Poland-Senegal game. I know it was 2-1. Poland were just terrible against Colombia, but they've been all right in this game.
Yeah. No, but Poland were poor against Senegal as well. Poland were poor. They were just so slow. I want to ask you: is your Senegal hopes and predictions based on the fact that you got them to the World Cup final in your FIFA predicts?
Yeah. I can't remember if I did do that. I won it with Belgium, if that means anything.
You got them to the final again and you lost against Germany. Not that I watched it and was pissing myself laughing. It's scripted!
Well, Senegal must be quite good then if I can get them to the final, because I'm shit at FIFA. So I couldn't even get... there were some teams that couldn't get out the group stage, so...
Oh, he slipped the free kick there. Unlucky, Mane. Looking at the floor. But that's not the man I passed it to.
Let's see if we can get up to 40,200. Drop a subscribe button right hand corner if you're new. We're doing watch-alongs for every World Cup game. And offside there.
Yes. Lads, as Mark says, we've got 19 subscribers until 40,200. That'll be good going into England tonight. Are you getting Marcus on tonight?
Yeah, I did say he could come on.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's what I thought would happen. So I told him Marcus was coming on tonight.
Remember, everybody, tomorrow's a day off for the World Cup. It's the first one in 2 weeks, so tomorrow's a day off. There's no World Cup games tomorrow, but it's back with 4 days of 2 games again: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think Saturday afternoon is. I know it's Uruguay. I think it's Spain and Russia and Uruguay.
No, it's not. It is France, Argentina, and Uruguay, Portugal. France, Argentina, and Uruguay, Portugal. Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
And then Sunday.
I'm looking forward to that France-Argentina game, actually.
Yeah, which one do you want?
No, we'll have a chat tomorrow. Put it to a vote.
Yeah. I think they're both equally as good as each other, to be honest. I think maybe France-Argentina just edges it, but I think they're both really good games.
What's the night one? Uruguay-Portugal?
Yeah, the night one's Uruguay-Portugal, and the 4 p.m. one, my time, is Argentina-France.
I haven't looked at how and when all the games are taking place. So, yeah, France and Argentina, and then Uruguay, Portugal, and then Sunday you've got Spain, Russia, and Croatia, Denmark.
Big chance there for Colombia. It was a shot by Muriel. It took a deflection, gone out for a Colombian corner here, I think. But continue, mate. Sorry.
No, I was just having a look. Got another free kick here for Poland, which is very similar free kick to the one they scored from, but on the other side of the pitch.
Right. You've got a Colombian corner here, as I said. Referee's not happy with some hustle and bustle in the box.
Tell you what, that was nearly coming up for Lewandowski, that was. And it's a free kick anyway.
Does it look like Poland are more likely to get 2-0 rather than Japan get one back?
I think if it goes 2-0, Japan are out. Japan won't get back into the game, but at the moment, Japan, I think 1-0.
There's a chance.
Just see Japan having a period of sustained pressure at some point.
Right. I don't know whether they've got the quality to break down a Poland though. If Poland
they've got in and around the box a bit, but where Poland have caused Japan problems is with the physicality. It's not, people may not like it, but the reality is, around the world you get different body types, don't you? And Japan don't have the same sort of physicality of maybe your stereotypical Polish team. They're a bit bigger and they're a bit stronger, but
we said that in the game against Senegal as well, because Senegal were naturally a bit stronger than Japan. So that is definitely something that. And look, if England do get Japan, which to be honest, I think Colombia and Senegal will both go through. But if England get Japan, that is something you can look at, isn't it? Just rough them up a little bit.
Yeah.
A ball over the top here. It's a decent ball. That keeper's just got there. It was good as well. He got there. He got the player after, and the player's gone down injured. I think it's Muriel, but he got the ball, so it was a fair tackle. But
so a few people saying the penalty's under, so I don't think it is a penalty. But
it can't be. It can't be a penalty. It can't be a penalty. He got the ball. He got the ball.
Well, there you go.
It cannot be. The referee's just. It can't be a penalty. Never, in my opinion. They're bringing some medics over, apparently. He looks all right, Muriel. He should be all right to play on, but the keeper did catch him pretty full on. Just took him clean out, but he got the ball first, so it was a good tackle.
Just going to pop away for a minute.
No worries, mate. Yeah, he did clean that player just straight out, didn't he? But he got the ball, so that's never a penalty, but fair play to him. As Bernie says, excellent tackle it was. James Rodriguez on the touchline here, egging the Colombian players on. Saar lacks end product, he's only fast. You know what, I don't actually disagree with that comment. I think he's a good player and does pose a threat, but as you say, lacks a little bit of that quality in the final third, and his final ball isn't great, is it? England would lose to Senegal and Colombia. I don't know. It would definitely be a tough game, but I don't think it's clear cut enough to say England would just lose against Senegal and Colombia.
I think it's interesting, the England bias, really, because a lot of people are saying, I want Japan and Senegal to go through because it makes it easier for England. But there's a part of me that's thinking, I want Senegal and Colombia to go through because they're the better teams. And that means that we're going to get better teams in the last 16. But, I mean, Belgium, Japan, I'd rather see Belgium playing Colombia or Senegal, to be honest.
Yeah.
And England, I sort of sit on the fence for this because people are saying, we want an easy draw. And I think if I was manager, I'd be looking for the easier draw because you've got a better chance of winning it. But actually, as a fan, I want every game to be, for England, exciting. If we've got Colombia all weekend, I'm going to be like, can we win it? It's going to be an exciting day. It's going to, get 3 lines on and stuff like that. Whereas if you've got Japan, you're going to be like, we should win that. We should win that.
Yes, yeah. It was a... Sane, I think it was, trying to clear the ball, but he just shinned it and it went back to the keeper. It was lucky enough, it was sort of a P-roll back to the keeper and the keeper could collect. But a moment of nervousness there for the Senegalese.
I think Poland so far, I've got to give them some credit. They've really gone for this to try and win it. And I just wonder if in the last 10 minutes they might think, you know what, let's drop off a bit because we don't want to mess Japan up. But, they have... at the moment, they're still giving it a lot.
Well, I think if you're Polish, you're going out, but you at least want to get 3 points, don't you? So it'd be embarrassing to go out the tournament with no points at all. So for me, if I was a Polish player, screw it. We're trying to get 3 points and trying to come out of this tournament with the best performances possible. So that's me. But.
Apparently, England have made 9 changes for their team.
Well, I think Rashford will start up front. Although the thing is, though, Kane would really want to play because obviously he's going for the golden boot, right? So although yes, you might want to give Rashford a go, Kane will be pretty pissed off if he doesn't start because he'll want to get a few goals. if
got a
England...
corner for Japan here.
Senegalese player down there. Really want Lukaku to play today. Mark, if Lukaku, Harry Kane, who... I know you... Try and put your Manchester United bias aside. For you, who's the better striker at this point in time?
Harry Kane's better than Lukaku. Yeah, 100%. Lukaku is a really good striker, and he's not far off him. But being totally and utterly unbiased, Harry Kane's the better striker. And the reason Harry Kane's the better striker is because he's done it in the Champions League.
Yes.
And Lukaku hasn't. And people say, oh, it's all about service. And it is about service. But I think Harry Kane does it on his own up front more than Lukaku does. There's not a lot between them, and their careers do echo each other's. But I just think at the moment, Harry Kane is ahead of Lukaku. It doesn't mean next season Lukaku won't go ahead of him. They are very close. But at the moment, it's Harry Kane for me. Why are you Lukaku?
No, I think at the moment Kane is probably the better striker, as you say. But I think Lukaku's got all the ability to get as good, if not better, than him. I just think, as you say, I think they're very, very close, to be honest.
Just reading something on Twitter, actually, from Alex Shaw on the ESPN, who I follow, and he says he's got zero sympathy for Japan whatsoever. Coach has made 6 changes, including benching everyone who has scored for them this tournament, including Inu, against a team with nothing to play for. What a brainless decision that was, which I hadn't actually, because I've just turned it on and watched it. I haven't even been through the team news for either team. I've just sat and watched it. But, that is quite a stupid decision from their coach to rest players against Poland. I mean, surely he knew that it wasn't a foregone conclusion. I think he was banking that Colombia and Senegal wouldn't, the draw and them losing obviously sends them out, and probably thought, we won't lose and that won't be a draw. But a really, really odd decision from the Japanese coach there. I mean, it's not definitely going to go against him yet. There's still time, but no Kagawa. Kagawa didn't start either.
That's strange, isn't it? I think you never make more than sort of 3 or 4 big changes, because then if you do make 3 changes, you can obviously, like at the 60th minute, 70th minute, you can bring on those 3 players that you've left out.
Poland are in here in the box.
Who, Poland?
Oh, I tell you what, should have been 2-0. Lovely cross into Lewandowski on the break on the penalty box, and he puts it over the bar. He should have scored. That should have been it.
Should have been 2-0.
And you just wonder now whether Japan will get their chance, but this should have been 2-0. It's a lovely cross into Lewandowski, and it arrives at him right level with the penalty spot, and he puts it over the bar. He's under a little bit of pressure, but he's got to score that. What a miss as Man United lists, and a player of his quality, he's got to score that.
Well, Colombia are trying to break down Senegal, and they're doing it fairly successfully, if I'm honest. They have been on top in this second half, in my opinion, although Senegal haven't been completely out of it either.
You put a goal, I think, Sander. I can see from the live comments, so enjoy it.
Well, we've got a corner here for Colombia, so there you go. Yeah, they're making a substitution here, though, Senegal. Yeah, so it looks like it's 1-0 Colombia, doesn't it? I'll just have a little look at it once it comes in.
Well, that makes it very interesting anyway.
Yeah, it's a good goal as well. It's a good goal as well.
Because now that means Japan.
Yeah. Well, now that...
But if I was Japan, I still wouldn't be like, oh yeah, we're going through. I mean, I don't want Senegal to go out. I think how does that happen?
Wait,
you
what?
You lose one game and you go out. But
wait, so if Japan now draw, does that send Senegal out?
No, even if Senegal lose. Even if Japan lose, Senegal are out.
Oh. All right. But I thought it's now... Oh, yeah, because but... Wait, so what's the table now? Could you read out the table now and the points?
Have Colombia scored? I think I've just given you a massive spoiler, which I don't know. I was just reading comments, then I realised you're a little bit behind.
Colombia have scored, yeah.
In fact, I'm just about to watch this. So,
it's a good goal.
Just put it up on my screen. So, yeah, Senegal making... This is something to learn. If you're young, you're ever going into coaching or playing football, never make a substitution when you're defending a corner. I remember my granddad saying this all the time. You never make a substitution when you're defending a corner. Senegal make a substitution and concede from the corner.
It messes up the structure, doesn't it? Because you've always got your positions and you're sort of cohesive in what and how you're going to defend the corner. And then you make a substitution and the player's fresh. He might not be as concentrated as the other players are, and he might not know the structure defensively as well. So, yeah, I agree. I'm a defender, so that, yeah.
I think that, if you're attacking on a corner, it's fine. But no, basically what this means is that because Colombia and Senegal are basically echoing each other's result, 1-0, 1-0. It's the same as what the start of the game was. Same goal difference, same points, but Japan are above Senegal.
Right. Well, that's wow. I don't want to see Senegal go out. To be honest with you, mate. As I said, I like to have an African team in the tournament. I would like to see them go through Senegal.
Well, at the moment, if Senegal get a goal, them and Colombia still go through because Japan are losing. But if they don't, if they lose, they go out. And at the moment, this would be good for England winning the group because Japan are second.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yeah. No, but then they don't get Sweden or Switzerland in the next round, do they?
No, but you know what? I don't think you can look ahead at Sweden and Switzerland if you're playing Colombia in the knockout first anyway. So you've got to look at what's the best game for you next, haven't you? And
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but then they've got who?
If they twist and turn again at the moment, if England top the group, they get Japan. If they come second, they play Colombia.
Yeah,
and I guarantee.
Oh my! Japan, big chance there for Senegal. Sorry, mate. It was a big chance there for Senegal. He just rolled his man on the right-hand side, just outside the 6-yard box. He shot. It was a good save there by Ospina. He shot across the face of goal. It was a good save, as I said. But, Senegal definitely not dead and buried. As you say, there will be twists and turns left. We've got about 15 minutes left of this game. So, big chance for Senegal, but it remains 1-0 Colombia.
Yeah. And I was just thinking as well, we're all talking about what England should do, I'll guarantee if you top your group and you get Japan, you'll see a different approach from Belgium tonight. Because Belgium, who are suddenly treating it like a friendly, if they know they beat us tonight and they get Japan, they'll go out to beat us. They will. So it could be a really interesting game for England tonight because I think if Japan finish second, both England and Belgium will want to finish top.
Japan finished. Yes, well then, then it's a proper match, isn't it? Then it's a proper match. People are talking about it as if England could just do whatever they want, but people forget they're playing Belgium. They might not be able to just finish first.
I really hope that Japan finish second because it will make England's game tonight competitive, and that's what we need it to be.
Yes.
Because finishing top of the group means you play Japan and you avoid Colombia, and I think that'll be brilliant for the game tonight. So I really hope that pans out because I don't want England and Belgium tonight to be about if you finish second, you get the better route.
Yeah.
And they're playing tentative. I think it'd be much better if you finish top, you get Japan because I wouldn't want to play Colombia.
Was a big chance there for Senegal as well, by the way, from the corner. It came off a Colombian defender and the Senegalese attacker just almost got his toe to it. But it's still 1-0 and Ospina saved it. But close, like I said, as you said, mate, it's still so much. Well, still about 15 minutes left of these games, so anything can happen still.
Yeah, definitely.
That Colombian keeper cheated again. He held his face and it was not touched. Obviously, David Ospina. What do you think of David Ospina, mate?
I think he's a good keeper, but he does dive a lot. Is he diving again?
Yeah, apparently, he held his face as if it got smashed.
Yeah, he's a good keeper. I mean, he plays at Arsenal, doesn't he? He doesn't get a chance at Arsenal, but he's a good keeper. But yeah, I watched him in I don't know whether it was the Japan game or the Poland game, but he goes down a lot. He goes down more than a fat kid on cake.
Flies on shit.
If you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are doing World Cup watch-alongs for every single game. England-Belgium tonight. I've got the beers in the fridge. Looking forward to that. But I think we're going to get a very interesting last 10 minutes in this game because it's living up exactly what we wanted it to be. There's so many
there,
different
mate.
things that can happen.
Back stick there. It was a ball into the box and he found himself Ismailia at the back stick free. Hit it on the volley, but I'm not sure he was fully expecting it to come to him and he just sliced it, went straight over the bar. But in the last 5 minutes, a few very good chances here for Senegal.
They're going to go for it, aren't they? They're going to go for it.
Of course they are.
They've got to go for it. And Japan have got to go for it in this game as well, but Poland have just been the better team.
It's so interesting, isn't it? We saw it with Mexico, how they were so good against Germany, but so poor against Sweden. And then, now, Senegal was so good against Japan and Poland, and now they're so poor against Colombia.
I tell you what, there's another scenario that we've not spoken about. That's if Poland score again, Japan go out, even if Senegal lose. So as long as Senegal only lose 1-0. And, another cross in from the left. From the right. It's coming to Lewandowski. The Japanese defender puts his foot out. It's going in, and the keeper palms it out. It's nearly a corner. It's nearly a goal kick. It's only a corner. But The number 11 for Poland.
Chance
has
there for
been
Senegal,
absolutely
mate.
fantastic.
A ball into the 6-yard box by the obviously just in line with the penalty spot in the centre of the goal, and well defended by the Colombian defender. But wow, chances in both games, I think.
Grizoki for Poland has been really good, and he's nearly set up a few goals, but I think they've got another corner here. I haven't seen the new leaked United home kit CR7 Ronaldo. I've just had a quick look on Twitter. I can't find it. So if anyone wants to put a Twitter account that's actually got the picture, I'll go and have a look at it while we're live. But,
have they changed that badge in the end?
I don't know.
I think they were going to redo it. Because you remember the outrage about the badge?
I know they're going to have a pink away kit.
Well, we'll have a pink away kit as well.
Let's go Japan, says Aaron Chen. Japan have just not done anything in the last 15 minutes. I don't know whether they're tired or they're just not in this game at all. But
Sanchez won an interception. Sanchez has been good today. He wasn't good against Japan, was it? I think you were slating him in that game, but he's been good today.
No, it was. The thing is, he's been very good for Spurs all season.
Yeah.
I think he's been a really good buy from Ajax, from Pochettino. But he was absolutely dog shit against Japan. It was awful. Yeah. It was his fault they got the sent off, and but he's a good defender. I mean, just was, every now and again, a defender has a Phil Jones game, don't they?
Not only that, but he's young as well, so he's going to be inconsistent, isn't he? I really rate him, Davinson Sanchez. I was actually gutted that United didn't get him after the Europa League final because he played so well against us. I remember specifically Jesse Lingard going one-on-one with the keeper and having no one around him, and Davinson Sanchez just making up ground, sprinting back and tackling him. Senegal.
Manan says, "Let us know if Japan get yellow cards." Is that what it comes down to with them then? Or is that what it would come down to? I suppose it would, because they drew with each other, didn't it? So, yeah, we've had a yellow card to Makino, but no other yellow cards.
So as we speak, Colombia are on 6 points, Japan are on 4, as are Senegal, but they're both on 0 on an equal goal difference, and so it would go down to fair play.
Yeah,
then.
Japan need 2 yellow cards for Poland in this scenario, for Senegal in this scenario, if the scores stay the same. Something will happen. If Senegal get a goal, they top the group and go through with Colombia. If Japan get a goal, Senegal still go out. So Senegal need to score, really.
Yes, definitely. I would personally like to see Senegal and Colombia go through.
I think it'll make it an interesting next round. But having said that, if Japan comes second in this group, I think we'll see a great England-Belgium game tonight, because both of them will be like, yeah, we want to play Japan.
Well, I think they'll both want to play Senegal over Colombia.
Yeah.
So, thanks for contribution.
Colombia are top of the group at the moment, so
yes,
you're only going to play Colombia if you come second in the England group, but we'll see.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting regardless of what happens. Do join Mark tonight, of course, live with Marcus as well for the England versus Belgium watch-along. Should be good. As always, we are live here with every single World Cup game, so get involved, get subscribing if you haven't already. We're so close to 40,200 subscribers, so if we could hit that today, that would be good, and then go on to the England game this evening.
Yeah, the stream's already set up for the England game, so if you're getting on early and you want to get involved in the match chat, you can go there straight after here. But
Senegal are really coming forward here now, pal. They're really going for it. Really.
There'll be another twist. There'll definitely be another twist.
Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so.
I mean, at the moment, Colombia are in the strongest position because there needs to be 2 goals to knock Colombia out, Japan to equalise, and Colombia and Senegal to equalise. It's basically Japan and Senegal are in the worst position because 1 goal can change it. For Colombia, there needs to be 2 goals, 1 here and 1 there. Not
only that, but a yellow card can change it at this point.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably why Japan have gone within themselves, actually, because they don't look like they're going to give a yellow card away either. But I think what they also need to do is just hope that Senegal don't score. But it's like Japan know not to go for it in some ways. They're like, if we concede another, we're out. Japan are in a horrible position, actually. If we concede another, we're out. If we get any yellow cards, we could go out. And if Senegal score, we're out anyway. So it's like you don't know whether to stick or twist. But effectively, I think if I was Japan, I would just be trying to keep it a little bit tight. And I think that's what they're doing. They're not going for it. I think they obviously have the message that at the moment, if it stays like this, they're through.
Yes. Well, are they on fair play, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as they don't get any yellow cards, they're through. And more importantly, I think Poland have been the better team in this game, and that's what Japan are worried about, because another goal for Poland and they're out.
Yeah, mate, I'm a bit overwhelmed at this point. I'm just loving the World Cup so much. It's so good, isn't it? Talking about it's just brilliant. It's a brilliant tournament, and as we all say, it's a festival and it's a celebration of football, isn't it? So I'm loving this World Cup so far, and I hope everyone at home is as well.
It's well, this was the group of death. This was the original group of death. It's not the glamorous group of death because it's not got one of the perceived big teams in it, but it was always the group of death because they're all around the same standard. And what a surprise! We're in the last 5 minutes of the group, and it's like nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But there's about 5 minutes left in this game. There's a bit of talk in the live comments about Ronaldo's release clause coming down to 120 million. I looked at that at lunchtime, and it was in OK Dario, which is a crap paper in Spain, as far as I'm concerned. But Xander, I don't know whether you're up to date with all the.
No, I don't know about.
There, but it's not the best.
I don't know about OK Dario. All I know is that Marca is really Real Madrid biased. So if you ever seen anything from Marca, just take that angle from it. It's so Real Madrid biased. So yeah, take that. That's all I know. They're coming forward though, Colombia. Slip him in! Slip him in! Oh, it was on the counter-attack there. No, Senegal have won it back and they've lumped it up. But yeah, it was on the counter-attack there. Colombia almost getting a second there. What would that mean if Colombia got a second?
Yeah, still Senegal out. Pretty much Senegal out, actually, because they need... that would be a swing in goal difference for Japan. So Japan are parking the bus here. It's quite funny.
It's strange, isn't it? It's a strange situation.
They're in a very odd situation, Japan. They concede a goal and they're out. They stay like this and they're through as long as somebody else playing in another game doesn't score.
Yes, Mane, biggest bottler. I'm not sure. I don't really think Mane's done that well, to be honest. For the quality that he's got and the figurehead that he is for the Senegalese side, I would have expected a little bit more, to be honest.
Danny Smith says that you guys in the That's Football community has made this World Cup better. I just want to echo that as well. I know we're only about halfway through, but the games have been so much better with all the live comments and interaction. I think we've built a great community in this World Cup, and we've had some great moments, and I think it will continue. And I think, actually, I want it to stay like this only because I'm going to be totally selfish. If I'm a purist who wants the best entertainment, I want Senegal and Colombia to go through. But as an England fan, if Japan finish second in this group, we'll get a bloody good game tonight between England and Belgium, and that's what I want. I want a test. I want England to be tested.
Yes, yeah, because you want to see what England are really made of, don't you? You don't want to sort of go into it thinking, a sort of draw or dropping points would be all right. You know, you want a proper test for England tonight. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
But Belgium won't want to play Colombia. If there's an opportunity to play this Japan team, who, let's be honest, England and Belgium will want to play Japan. Japan have just been played off the park by Poland, who are going home. You want to play Japan. So that you can't knock either team for wanting to do that. And the great thing is we're not in that stupid situation this morning where it's, well, if you play for second place, you get a better draw. Well, actually, no. At the moment, if you play for first place, you get Japan.
Falcao's coming off here, pal. They're bringing on number 19.
Mina, Aaron, who was it said? Archie just said that Mina looks some player again.
Yes.
I picked him out in the last game. I like the look of him.
Mina.
He's at Barcelona. He went there in January.
Yeah, Yerry Mina.
Talking about getting rid of him.
He's scored 2 goals now in 2 games, both from corners, I think. So he's really good aerially, obviously, as a centre-back. But yeah, he's a bit of a nutter, apparently. He's a bit of a nutter, but yeah, he's a very, very decent player. And that goal for Colombia today from Yerry Mina off a corner was absolutely fantastic. He got up so well, and the power he got on the header was spectacular. So, yeah, fantastic.
We've only got 3 minutes here, Xander. I don't know how much you're going to get,
but
we've only got 3
minutes.
minutes.
Well, I'm 89 minutes, 21 seconds into the game, so obviously you'll see it in the comments. But
well, the way, basically, Japan aren't trying to win it. Well, they're not win it. They're not even trying to draw it. They're just passing it about, and they're not going for it at all. They've not gone for it at all in the last 20 minutes. So, you know, actually, there's a part of me thinking a Senegal goal would serve Japan right, because how do you, at 1-0 down, just pass the ball around and not go for it? It's amazing to see, to put your destiny in the hands of another game, when if they went and scored a goal, they know they're through.
Do you think they're aware of the other game then?
Oh, they've got to be, because they're losing.
Yeah.
They know if they draw, they're through. So but they're losing this game and they're not trying because they're just banking on Colombia holding out against Senegal.
Yeah, I think we've got 4 minutes in this game, mate, or at least that's what I'm getting from the comments. So 4 minutes stoppage time in this game now, 16 seconds into that. So it's going to be an interesting night, next 4 minutes. Only you're probably about a minute into your 3 minutes now, but Japan are completely banking on Senegal at this point.
This is, I don't know what Japan's tactics were today, but to drop so many players and not give a shit, and they're just passing them. This is horrible to see from Japan. Horrible to see from Japan. Just passing it around at the back when they're losing 1-0.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see, is it? You always want to go into a game and always try and win. So it's a bit of football. What's the word? Destruction, isn't it? It's poor. Japan totally playing tactically and smart. Well, that's the other way to look at it. That's from Aaron Chen. As we speak, it may be more safe to actually knock it about, because if you go forward and try and get a goal, you leave yourself exposed, and then and Poland can get a second. Poland have a substitute ready. Don't think he's coming on. Let's go Japan. That's from Aaron Chen. Aaron Chen, are you from Japan then? Because he seems fairly in favour of Japan. Senegal lump it forward at this point, but into a spin. Oh, it's gone out for a goal kick. I'm sure Colombia will just want to waste time at this point. James Rodriguez urging them to do that exact thing. So, we're 2 minutes into the 4 minutes of stoppage time now.
Don't forget to join us. We'll be live at about 6:30. Little bit of build up for it, because I think that the political situation for England to try and play it out is on. This game's ended, so Japan have lost 1-0. The most relaxed way of trying to get through to the next stage I've ever seen from a team. They just really didn't go for it. They're just like, let's just hope that Senegal don't score. Yeah,
well, they're coming forward at Senegal. That's not a free kick. But with England tonight, mate, I'd probably say it's a win-win situation, because if you win, you get Japan. If you lose, you get Colombia. But then if you beat Colombia, you've got either Switzerland or Sweden. So although I'd rather play Japan in the round of 16, it's not the end of the world if you finish second.
No, it's good. It's good. I think whatever happens, England should be looking at a quarter-final or a semi-final, which a lot of people said before they would take. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think a quarter-final would be a success really for England. For this English side, how young it is, and how poor we've been over the last few years, I think a quarter-final would be a success. That's Senegal got the ball. I'm pretty sure it's full time, I'm seeing in the comments, but I'm watching it. They've got a free kick here. They're going to lump it forward. I think.
Well, I feel sorry for Senegal, but Colombia have England. England or Belgium will be like, we've got to play Japan. You've got to play. I know people are talking about routes to the quarterfinal and the final and everything like that, but you could play Colombia and get knocked out, and then Colombia benefit from that, don't you? So England have got to go and try and play Japan, and it is Senegal. Looks like they're out from the live comments, but there we go.
I feel bad for Senegal, to be honest. I do feel bad for them because they haven't played poorly this tournament.
Well, no African team goes through to the.
I don't like to see that.
From 5.
I don't like to see that. I like to see an African team go through.
But then again, we get an Asian team go through. But yeah, it is disappointing. Anyways, Andrew, I'll leave you to have a little bit of chat with people because I've got to get off and set up. But I will be live at 6:30 with the England watch-along people. So I'll see you then. And thanks for having me on. I'll speak to you in a bit, pal.
Speak to you in a bit, pal. Ciao. There we go. So 1-0. Well, there it is. Full time. Colombia have beaten Senegal 1-0, sending Senegal home, crashing out of the World Cup. Japan go through in second place, and now, as Mark said, it's going to be political, isn't it, tonight? Because it's going to be interesting. Would you put it in the comments, right? If you're an England fan, and even if you're not English, just sort of try and get into the mood of an England fan, right? If you're an England fan, would you rather finish second, play Colombia, but if you beat Colombia, then go on and play Sweden or Switzerland in the quarterfinals, giving you a very easy route to the semi-finals? Or would you rather play Japan in the round of 16, but then get a far tougher quarter-final draw. What do you guys think? I want to know that from you guys. But there you go. Game over. It was quite a cagey game, bit of a chess match. I feel quite sorry for the Senegalese team because, like I said, they haven't played poorly whatsoever in this tournament. So I do feel bad for them. But at the end of the day, you get what you deserve. And, you know, it was poor for them today. They should have beat Colombia. So there you go. Africa is crying, so sad. It is. I do feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him. England should go for the win. That's from Slow Poison. Colombia were poor. That's from Adam T. Great show, gentlemen. Great show to you guys because, you know, without you guys, as I always say, these streams don't work. So thanks, everyone, for getting involved. Mark is live later today, or this evening, with England versus Belgium. It should be an absolute cracker. And as I said, the political side to it will be there for everyone to see. So get involved. Subscribe if you're new and share the video as well. Tell your mates about the channel because we're live with every single World Cup game here. I cannot wait for the knockout rounds at this point. But before then, as I said, Mark's live with England versus Belgium. But cheers all for joining me. It was a good game today. A bit cagey, but it was a good one nonetheless. Colombia go through on 6 points. Japan on 4. And on fair play, Senegal go out of the World Cup. Cheers all for joining me. I'll be back, not tomorrow because there's no World Cup game tomorrow, but I'll be back with a round of 16 of either Uruguay, Portugal or France, Argentina on Saturday. So thanks everyone for joining me. Do join Mark later for England and I'll speak to you all soon.